Welcome to Japan, a vast and beautiful country explored via trains.
Only in Japan they would do something like this.
We're taking the fastest, cutest, and the most unique railways in the world.
We are officially in Hello Kitty heaven.
From Tokyo to Hokkaido, Kyoto, Osaka, and Hiroshima,
One of the most spectacular things I've ever seen.
we travel Japan on and off the tracks,
It's just sensory overload, but in the best way.
chasing phenomenal sights,
How crazy! Where am I right now?
unforgettable culture, and eating our way through the best ramen along the journey. This is one of the world's most desired destinations by travelers.
Because you've never seen this before, I can guarantee it.
Welcome to an epic exploration of Japan.
How does it feel to be in Japan?
I cannot believe that we are here. One of the best cities in the world, our favorite cities in the world, and it actually happens to be our second time. But I think no matter how many times you come here, it will always feel like the first time. We're in the hustle and bustle of Shibuya Crossing or Shibuya Scramble, where over 2.5 million people cross here per day.
So let me give you a layout of where we are. We've got high-rise buildings all around us, billboards, screens, 1 million people. It's an
Unreal.
epic place to be.
This is like one of those once in a lifetime moments where you just can't believe where you are right now. Like millions and millions of people have gathered here to do the same thing as we have, just cross the crosswalk, and it is an experience in itself.
As we mentioned, there are 37 million people in the larger metropolitan area of Tokyo. And on this crosswalk in Shibuya, there are between 1,000 and 2,500 people that cross every 2 minutes. So as the people are crossing, you realize that they cross in every direction. Even though there is an actual crosswalk, people are coming from all sides. It's chaos. Sometimes there's even bicycles, there's obviously prams, sometimes there's scooters at the same time. So you've actually got to watch yourself when you're coming through here.
Hi! Nice to meet you!
Oh, let me find Mickey.
Is he gone?
Hi, Mickey. Oh, Mickey, Virginia. Mickey, mira quién está aquí. You're famous now.
Oh no!
Famous now. These are YouTubers that we've been following.
Oh my gosh!
Really?
Hi!
Sorry, I don't mean to point.
No,
Nice to
worries.
meet you.
Nice to meet you.
We've been following you
Thank you
guys.
so much. That's made our day.
famous?
Nice to meet you. How are you?
We're from Puerto Rico. We live in
No
New York
way.
City, and they're from Cuba, and they live in Miami, Florida.
Ah, very cool, very. You came a long way.
Yeah, we've been coming from
amazing.
China. We've been
Oh,
following
wow.
you guys
Ah,
everywhere.
That's made our day. Thank you so much.
Yes, very busy.
And I had to get myself a little Japan shirt,
Look.
fitting for the mood. But one thing you'll notice, besides me sweating, is all the umbrellas shows how hot it is. Because Japan's summer and winter is so drastic. When we were here previously, it was spring, so still a little bit chilly.
Let's not forget the hand fans.
Everybody has the hand fan or the umbrella, and it's about 35 degrees Celsius at the moment. It is scorching. It's so hot, and it's weird to be in Japan when it's so hot, because often I think of Japan as really cold, and obviously in the north it snows a lot. So this is Tokyo.
Whoa!
We've got some Nissan GTRs coming by,
Okay.
because why not?
Tokyo Drift.
Tokyo Drift right here. And in fact, we're going to come here later and show you what this area looks like at night with all of the supercars and everything lit up.
And I just can't wait for what Tokyo has to offer us this time around. And we even got recognized a few minutes ago. So they just watched our previous Japan video, which makes it all the more special why we are back. We're definitely in Tokyo. There's J-pop blasting from speakers everywhere. There's actually these fancy little, what are those?
Like decorations.
Yeah, decorations.
Maybe there's a festival happening. Can someone explain what those are? Because they're very cool.
They're very cool, and they actually lined up all along the streets here. But we've got food stalls, we've got ramen stalls, souvenir shops, we've got arcades. No matter how many times you come to Tokyo, it will always feel like you're getting a first impression because you've never seen this before. before, I can guarantee it.
And you'll always see something new. And what we have to remember is that you have to look up as well,
Yeah.
because all of these buildings are sometimes 10 to 20 stories high with so many different billboards, different levels. You can go into each one and just go up and up and up.
Or down.
Or down, yeah, there's an underground city as well. We got some music playing
Cool
here.
Yeah, feeling the vibes. Definitely feeling all the vibes. We've got all the quirky billboards with all the Japanese writing on. Obviously, we have no idea what they are, but obviously they're shops that we will definitely enjoy. There's loads of cafes, loads of arcades, clothing shops, shoe shops. There is never a dull moment. You obviously have to keep looking around. You have to look everywhere, because if you don't, you'll miss it.
So there's obviously maybe a Blackpink concert coming. I'm not sure what that is. We got more billboards over there. There's a restaurant window,
Anime.
in fact, over
That's
there.
anime.
Some anime. Yeah, we got like a burger, beer,
What?
tacos bar.
I can't wipe the smile off my face. Like, I'm so glad that we're here.
There are so many awesome things to buy in Japan, like these unique Kit Kat flavors, a Gatchable with a toy inside, and even this little figurine of Don Pen, the blue penguin that's Don Quixote's mascot. But if you like all of these things, flying all the way to Japan is not ideal. So there's an amazing way to buy exclusive Japanese items even if you don't live in Japan. And no, you don't need to speak Japanese or have a Japanese address. And that is all through Zen Market, which is a proxy shopping service which basically buys things for you from Japanese websites such as Amazon Japan, Rakuten or Mercari and ships them straight to your door. It's like having a Japanese shopping buddy to do all the hard parts for you. You can even paste the link of pretty much any item you find on a Japanese site right into Zen Market's search and boom, it goes into your cart. Just find something rare like a limited edition figurine or a Japan-only gadget. Copy the URL, paste it in, add to cart and Zen Market handles the rest. They buy it, receive it in Japan and then ship it to you. You can shop from over 10,000 Japanese stores. Plus, Zen Market offers a 60-day storage so you can shop from different stores and bundle everything into one package. And they support multiple languages, have customer service and consolidate your stuff so you save on shipping. And if you sign up with our promo code SHEV&DEV, just like it says here on screen, you get 1,000 Zen points free, which is basically 1,000 yen off your international shipping. 1 Zen point equals 1 yen. Just paste that in when you register. Totally worth it when you want some rare stuff from Japan. We'll leave a link in the description below.
This is obviously a ramen shop where you can order everything through a machine. You don't need to talk to a person, so don't even worry about a language barrier. But what I love about this is the food replicas are so lifelike. They honestly look so delectable. I want to eat this one. You could get confused with this being real food, but it's not. It's a replica. Even an eggie and a beer. They've even got the foam in the beer. It's so cute. I love it here. Everything's cute.
So we've just seen over here some vending machines, and if you didn't know, Tokyo is the vending machine capital of the world. I think there's about 5 million vending machines in Tokyo alone. That is insane. And this is the interesting part. It's not only can you get drinks, but you can get kind of quirky things. So at this one, you can buy Pokemon trading cards, and you can get masks, you can get umbrellas, you can get food, you can buy cigarettes, all sorts of weird and funky things. Whipped cream, why not? So if we see some interesting ones throughout the day, we'll point them out to you. But I think since we're here, we need to get a drink.
It is
And
so hot, honestly.
It is boiling.
Actually so amazing because these are so convenient. They're all over Japan. And it's a lifesaver because it is so hot today.
Even though there are so many people outside, don't let that fool you. It's boiling. They should be all inside, and most people are diving into a 7-Eleven or Family Mart just to keep cool. So we're going to have to pick one of these interesting drinks. There's like a grape Minute Maid, there's obviously mineral water, there's like a tea. I don't know what this is, but I want to try this one.
That looks like a peach and a lemon.
Peach flavored water.
Let's get the
Okay,
peach one. That
let's
looks
try
good.
it. Okay, so this is 160 yen. Let's use some cash. Okay, so you put the cash in here, and then I'm gonna press this one, and there it is.
There it is.
Oh, and my change. Oh, the coins are hot.
That's a lot of coins.
Look at all this change.
Whoa.
Look at this convenience. I love it. Okay. Ooh, it's kind of sparkling.
What is it?
Let's see what it tastes like. I have no idea.
It looks like a fun drink.
Oh, this is a fun drink. Absolutely delicious. Kind of like a peach flavored water. If you're Japanese, please let me know what we should get next, because you guys, I'm sure, have tried every different flavor and you know what to get.
I think you guys really, really like the coffee scene in the vending machine. We've actually never tried a vending machine coffee, so we're going to need to do that at another stage.
Another stage. There's too many things to do. I've just seen opposite the vending machines is this building, which is very unique, thin building and pink. It says Vintage Kimono, and it's a kimono renting store. So you can rent a kimono for 5,000 yen, I think. So if you're wanting to get that really unique and authentic Japanese photo, you can just rent a kimono quickly and then explore the crosswalk. There's so many quirky and little interesting things around Tokyo.
Oh my gosh, I just realized, as part of like Japan's etiquette, I can't actually walk and drink or eat something. It's actually considered a little bit rude. So we're gonna have to just stop, drink, and then walk again. You can't drink and walk at the same time.
And if you didn't know that, for me it's mind-blowing because it's so hot. But if you look around throughout this entire video, you will never see someone walking with a drink in their hand.
No, never.
Not one person. It is 35 degrees. No one has a drink in their hand. Isn't that? Yeah, hide your drink. Hide your drink. That's something we're going to have to get used to. Also, another thing in Tokyo is when you do have a bottle or any piece of plastic, there's very little trash cans throughout the city, but yet it's so clean, and all the Japanese people actually take their trash home with them and often recycle them. So when you're around Tokyo and you buy something from the vending machine, you actually have to keep it with you the entire day in your backpack until you go home. Something unique. I've just noticed this shop is called Pet Paradise, and the entire shop is just pet clothing. Look at this. There's a Toy Story outfit. These are all like Disney outfits. This entire shop, just clothes for your pet. I assume cat or dog, yeah, cat and dog, doesn't matter. And I've just seen, here's the busy street, and they have these lockers down this little side alley. So if you have a backpack or a suitcase, you can actually keep it in this locker just while you're exploring the city and you don't want to carry anything around. Like we've got a gear bag on my back right now. There's a lot of really genius ingenuity that has been thought out throughout the city. Lots of small, thoughtful things like those lockers.
The fashion here in Tokyo is just insane. Like people, boys and girls, are dressed to the nines. You actually feel like you're way underdressed when you're here. Like people really go all out. They're dressed up as anime characters. They've got cool hair. They've got like these big baggy pants. They've got their hats. They look so good. Like there's even these guys who are walking by me. One's got a full set of a colorful pajamas on, and then the other one's got hat, long scarf, big baggy pants. Like they look so trendy. Oh, it's so good that we've actually found some shade. Ooh, look. It's got all the claw machines. You know, Japan is very, very famous for claw machines, and we love claw machines. We're like suckers for claw machines. If we could collect up all of our coins, we would just spend them all in here. So let's go see what this one looks like. They're always so like glowy and lit up, and I know that they're rigged, but it's still fun to try. You never know.
So these are all like mini machines. So you can see there's even ones at the bottom. But they've only got one or two that are available to win. Like this only has one.
Usually they have like a whole bunch, but if there's only one, then I know you've got no hope.
So you can get all of these tiny little kind of cute figurines. Most of them are key rings, in fact. And they're all different colors and shapes.
How funny is this? You can get keyboard keys as a key ring.
So here is like a set of 4 keys. Over here you can win 1 key for your keyboard. Like there's the A. You can win the A. I've just seen you can win the backspace. Yes. That would be a good one.
The backspace, or you can get keys with kitty paws on. Like little paws. So cute. I've just seen a Squid Game guy. One of the red mask guys. I would really want this one. Should we try this one?
Yeah, let's try. Why not? We're in Japan.
And normally they take about 100 yen coins. So So I'm just gonna put this one in and just try my luck. I'm not really good at this. Dev's actually better than me, but I'm gonna give it a try. Okay, so I'm putting in my little coin.
And then you have to select.
And then I select one play. Okay. And then here I go.
Come on, girl, first time.
I'm
Let's
not very
see.
good at this. Do you think that's right?
On your first try, let's do it.
No, that was terrible. That was terrible. You have to try. You have to try.
This is a sneaky one. I don't think this is very good. Yes, clamp the head, clamp the head.
No, terrible.
Must be the machine.
Must be the
Must be the
machine.
machine.
I mean, come on. This guy's really cute.
I think this shows that Tokyo is just a fun place. It doesn't matter what age you are, you're here to have fun. So if you're a kid, there's lots for you to do. But even as an adult, there's lots of really fun, quirky things to do. You just want to go down every single street and see what you can find.
What we're not used to back in South Africa is one shop having multiple levels, like as in more than 5 or 6 or 7. Right now we're actually standing in front of a mega Don Quixote, which is probably about 8 stories high, and what's crazy is that they're even going long ways as well. So the shop is massive, and the giant 12-story H&M, which is like every girl's dream. Every girl loves H&M. And supercars wherever you look. Oh my word. Oh wow.
This is Tokyo. Since we're here, we decided we have to go in here.
Oh, it looks a little intimidating. Anything and everything that you want, you can get here. You want a fan, you want toothpaste, you want a toothbrush, you want quirky things, chopsticks, neck coolers.
Also, I've just seen, here's
Oh my
the floor
gosh.
guide, from B2, so the second basement, all the way up to the 7th floor.
And what do
So
they have?
9 floors.
Cosmetics, medical supplies, paper products, sweets. It's just endless.
So basically, if you don't know, this is probably one of the biggest tax-free shops in Japan. And they have products from all over the world that they've imported. Some are local as well. And the whole idea is you can buy anything and everything that you can dream of in the store. And the thing that blows my mind is the bombardment of colors. There's not a single centimeter gap where they have wasted any space. They've put a sticker or a billboard or some sort of advertising everywhere.
Every single inch of the store is covered in some sort of decoration, streamer or plant or something.
So what are these? This is a neck icing. So you put this around your neck and I assume you freeze it and then it keeps you cool. What you found, my girl?
Every single person in Japan has a fan, but I actually feel like if you don't have one, like, have you really come here? So I want to try like what
That one's
this
got a
one-
light as well, very
This
cool.
one's got like levels and everything. So how does it even work?
Look how many different ones you can get. And here's some Hello Kitty keychains.
How does this work? Oh, it's actually really nice. Oh, this is what I need right now.
What you got, girl?
Look at these Kit Kat flavors. This is choc mint ice cream, roasted soybean powder. What? Only in Japan. This is a Baskin-Robbins collab. Choc mint is my favorite flavor in the entire world. So the fact that they have this, I'm freaking out.
So you can buy obviously all different flavors, unique things. There's chocolates, strawberry.
Look at this. Kit Kat Gold Crush. And then there's peach mochi. Dang.
Look at all of this food.
Food everywhere, and we're absolutely starving. The last time we were here, we had a standing sushi experience, but now I think we're gonna have to do a ramen experience because the ramen here is next level. So let's go find one. And surely we're gonna find one.
With the amount of restaurants that are here, surely.
There's so many restaurants here.
Also, apparently there are more Michelin star restaurants here in Tokyo than any other city in the world, even more than Paris. And I see Chev has found something.
This one looks really nice.
This one looks cool.
So first things first, you gotta go in. So you don't have to sit down and someone takes your order. You just order straight from the machine. So touch screen, and then I'm gonna pick language.
Over here.
Okay, language, English, thank you. And then they've got everything from white miso ramen, red miso, they've got soy-based ramen, dip noodles, and even some side dishes. The side dishes are normally like gyoza or fried rice, things like that. Let's go for the spicy miso ramen. And then we can choose between medium noodles and large noodles, 2 of those, and then order. Then I can choose cash, QR code, credit card, or electric money. I'm going to do cash. Ooh, this is a 10,000. That's quite a large note. Coins, and then my change comes out, and then my ticket. And now we have a seat, we show them our ticket, and we wait for our food.
They will just bring the food to you, so you don't need to speak to anybody. So it's kind of like an introvert's paradise. This is the layout. There are these tiny little red stools, and then everyone just sits and finds a spot, and there is a giant jug of water. So you get a water, and then there's kind of this barrier for people that are then sitting on the other side. And then we've got all of these condiments. There's some spices, there's some chili oil, some soy sauce, some vinegar.
Oh my goodness, this is absolutely insane. It's piping hot, and we've got noodles, we've got some green onion, we've got some pork, and then we've got a feisty red broth. I wish you were here to smell this. This looks absolutely insane. We're in Shibuya, we just did the crossing, we've been seeing all sorts of things that are like Tokyo core, and I think this is just one of those moments where you're like, are we really here right now? So I'm gonna have a little taste of our ramen. First things first is I gotta try the broth.
Ooh, it's a bit spicy.
It's hot.
Honestly, this broth is unmatched.
It's very, very flavorful.
And you can actually see the chili on that beautiful red color on the spoon.
So if you're wondering what this ramen dish is, it's actually the miso ramen, which is what we usually go for. And it's actually made with soybean paste, which kind of gives it that really rich, umami, salty, and a little bit sweet kind of flavor. It is our absolute favorite. You can also get a more clear broth if you're not so much into the spicy. And it actually originated in Sapporo, Hokkaido. And it's more common usually in the winter months because it's such a warm, hearty broth. But we just couldn't help ourselves. Like, this is the most ideal meal for us. And now we've got to try the noodles. The noodles are a little bit wavy. Plus we've got a few sprouts. We've got green onion. I think there are some mushrooms in here as well. Look at these noodles. Wow, these look fantastic. I'm so happy right now. It's just like making me so happy from the inside out.
How do they get those noodles so perfect? And this came out in like 1 or 2 minutes.
I don't know what these are. I'm not sure what this is, a vegetable. It's crunchy. Best soup I've ever had. Normally in Japan you're supposed to slurp your noodles, but we're not really used to that. But I'm gonna give it a try. Normally slurping means that you are appreciating the food and you're showing the people who have made the food that you've really enjoyed it. Also, before you eat any meal, you're supposed to say "itadakimasu," which means I'm very grateful for the food that's been prepared for me. We should have said that before, but it is very, very, very delicious. So we paid roughly about 789 yen each, so it wasn't so bad. Ultimately, 10 out of 10 no notes.
We've just finished our ramen, and when we have, everyone has left. So this gives me a chance to show you what this restaurant looks like. You can see all the little stools, and then everyone pretty much gets their own booth with their own set of condiments, chopsticks, serviettes, or napkins, and this is what it looks like. It's very simple. So you walk from this machine after you've ordered and you just find a seat anywhere, and then there's this tiny little kitchen, and that's where the food comes out of. Very cool setup.
Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you.
We've now come to a different area and we're going to do something really unique and special, a out of this world, out of this body experience that you can do only here in Tokyo. We're going to Team Lab Borderless, which is a sensory overload interactive museum. And we're going to show you inside. There's lots of different elements from sound, sight, feel that we're going to experience. So let's go inside.
Thank you. Ooh, we're in. So cool. Oh my gosh, I can barely see anything. This is so crazy. Okay, follow the lighted pathway. Oh, my shoes are glowing. This is how we go in.
This is how we enter this.
This is crazy.
This is crazy. What?
Wow, this is crazy. Oh my gosh, this is the first room. We've been here for 5 seconds and I'm already loving it. This is so immersive. It definitely feels like I'm already in another planet. This is so...
We were told that it's called Team Lab Borderless because all the rooms of this exhibition don't have any borders. So you seamlessly move from one to another and you can go to any room at any time, and apparently it can be quite difficult to even find some of the rooms because it's so dark and immersive. But these are all screens on the wall, and if I touch it, it actually feels more of a carpet feeling.
This is not what I expected this to be. I kind of thought it would be like, you know, you'd go through a few rooms and then eventually get to it. I didn't expect it to just be like, you're in. And apparently there's 50 rooms here, so we got to make our way through as many as we can.
It also smells really good, like a perfume smell in this room. And as you can see all around us, this is absolutely insane. It's also like floor to ceiling as well. What? There's us.
The feeling that you actually get when you're in a room is like you've completely transformed to a different planet. And also from the music, it just kind of sets the mood and sets the tone of where you are. Besides being on the walls, it's also on the floor as well. So everywhere you walk, you feel like you're in a flower field, for example. You just kind of want to like fade into its existence. That's kind of what it feels like.
It's very trippy.
It's so trippy, but like in the best way. This is so cool. I can't believe this.
You look like you're part of the wall.
I am part of the wall.
So now we're going to enter another room, I think.
It's me and my twin.
Which is the real chef.
Which one? I don't know. Oh my god, it's so trippy. Little squares that are jutting out, and it's super dark, so you actually can't see where they are. So you have to walk really slowly, or else you'll get hit by one. This actually feels so insane because you can't judge what is the ceiling and what is the floor. So it keeps feeling like there's no floor and you're just gonna fall into a pit of doom. This is insane. Oh my gosh, this is the coolest room that we've found. I don't know what's what, if it's real or if it's... Yeah, I'm actually quite speechless if you can't tell already. It's like a bazillion fairy lights and they keep changing and feels like you're in a vortex. You know what feels crazy about this room is you don't actually know what is a mirror and what is not, because everything is made in such a way that it looks like a reflection. Even the ceiling, like as far as I can look, there are so many fairy lights. This is crazy, and every minute or two it keeps changing. So we're experiencing the floor right now, and look how crazy this is.
This is a complete out-of-body experience, and we were just on the streets of Tokyo with all the high-rise buildings, and now I don't even know which planet we're on.
And these are thousands and thousands of fairy lights hung all around the room. It is completely like, it's kind of trippy because everywhere I look, it feels like I'm about to go off the edge.
Just because your feet are touching the ground, you know which direction up and down is. Otherwise, you would have absolutely no idea. You kind of feel like you're almost in space, like you're just floating.
And it's all mirrored, so it's a reflection, and you kind of don't know if you're going to fall off the edge or not. How crazy! Where am I right now? This is not a secret room. This is like a massive, massive immersive room. There's like sunflowers all over the walls and the floor. Definitely feels like each room has a theme. Like the one that we were in before was like completely covered in fairy lights, whereas this one, everything's on the walls and it feels like you've stepped onto a new planet. Like you're on Neptune with sunflowers. Welcome to my brain. This is all my thoughts roaming around. Some great ideas, some not so great ideas, some at the top of my to-do list, and some I couldn't be bothered with. This is exactly, if you want to know what my brain looks like, it's organized chaos. Welcome to the bubble room. Wow. Great idea. What was it?
I'm thinking something.
Your brain is working overtime. You must have the best idea ever. What is it? Tell us all. Tell the world.
Only one.
Only one.
What's happened, but we somehow ended up at a rave right where we're staying in our hotel in Shinkansen. As we were walking home, this happened.
Okay, so since we showed you the outside of our building, I thought why not give you a little room tour, because this is the place that we always stay in when we're in Tokyo, and I absolutely love it because it probably has the best view of Tokyo, which I'll show you in a bit. But first, I want to show you, this is the entrance of our room. We've got a toilet in here, separate to the sink and the shower and the bath, which is pretty cool because it's really spacious. We got like a lot of amenities and things like that. And then let me show you the room. We have our own little desk area over here. We even have some hangers. We can hang stuff up. We even got a few free gifts, which is really cool. Robe, kettle. We even have a Marshall speaker. I doubt we will be doing any work here because there's way too much to do in Tokyo, as you can tell by this video. And we have a twin bed, but they've actually put them together, which is really great. So we don't really have that awkward space in the middle, which I really like. We have a little seating area over here, which is just in front of the TV. And what I love the most about this hotel is they always give us a handwritten note. And I really, really appreciate that. Plus, they've given us a little welcome gift, which has got tons of sweet treats in there. So cute. Some cookies and some snowball cookies as well, which we absolutely love. So Thank you, Hotel Group, for that. That's very thoughtful. Plus, on top of that, they've given us an entire bottle of wine, which we might have tucked into a little bit just now. So nice, and we do love a red, so that's very thoughtful because they know us. And now for the grand finale is this insane view. Did I mention that we were on the 37th floor? Because we're on the 37th floor. We can see the entire cityscape of Tokyo. We can even see Tokyo Tower, and we can even see Godzilla Head, which we've shown you at the bottom. But now we are so high up that we can actually see the back of him. And at nighttime, we can even see his shadow against the other building, which is so cool. When we come back to our room, we honestly just sit and stare out the window because it is so great. You can never ever get tired of looking at Tokyo from above. But if you want to stay here as well, I'll just leave a little link in the description, because if you didn't know, we actually stayed here on our last trip to Tokyo and we absolutely loved it, so much so that we had to come back. Oh, and we might have a little mascot. His name is Squidgy. He's actually a Don Quixote mascot, and he's hidden somewhere in this room. So if you found him, let us know and tag a little timestamp as to where you found him, because he's hidden somewhere in this room and even Dev doesn't know where he is. So you're gonna have to look carefully. Nighttime life in Shibuya is very lively. It's very colorful, wild, fashionable. So I'm eager to see what it looks like once the sun sets. So we've decided to come back to Shibuya Crossing at nighttime just to see what the vibe is like, and it is way, way more busy. We've actually seen a whole bunch of supercars go by. We've seen all the Mario Karts go by. Everyone's dressed up in their onesies, and it is super, super vibey at nighttime. Actually, that feels like the whole city came alive.
There are so many people, and of all different nationalities as well. It feels like we're in the center of the world right now.
It feels so chaotic actually, because there's noises, there's music, there's people. It's just sensory overload, but in the best way. And good morning from a very chaotic and crazy Tokyo station. Today I am super excited because we will be taking the fastest Shinkansen from Tokyo to Hokkaido, and we are going on that feisty, dynamic green Shinkansen, which we've never taken before, and we've never ever been up north in Japan before. So I'm super excited to see where our journey takes us today. But for now, we're gonna have to navigate this crazy station. I think this is one of the craziest places I have ever been. So we've got to find our tickets, we've got to head to the platform, and we've got to get to Hokkaido. So I've got my little hand luggage here, and I'm trying to navigate the station. So this is probably the green train that we're going to go on here, because it says to Hokkaido. And then this is the normal Shinkansen that we usually take, which is the blue one. So we've got to find the green one. And I'm looking for my partner in crime. I wonder where he could be. Good morning.
Good morning. It is absolutely crazy in Tokyo Station, and every time we've been here, it's always been like this.
I just want to show you, okay, this is just one of the entrances here. They're selling food, they're selling ekibens over there, and then this is where I've just come from. This is the way to the green Shinkansen. So I guess we've got to go up here. What do you think?
It is a bit confusing because Tokyo Station itself is pretty much like a city. So let's just follow the green, because we're going on a green train. So
we've got to carry all of our bags with us today. Luckily, we have opted for small little carry-ons, which they're very, very nifty and handy, but still a challenge with these stairs. Are you taking mine as well?
Will you carry yours?
Oh, that's very kind. Thank you. Okay. We should find a ticket booth.
Okay, we found the ticket machine, and as I said, we booked online, so we have a confirmation of our ticket on our phone, but now we need to get the physical receipt. I have a pickup guide on exactly what to press on the machine to make sure I get the right ticket. Pick up ticket. Pick up ticket. Use QR code.
So do you even have a pickup code?
I have a QR code right here.
Oh, wow.
So then I'm just going to do this.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Checking.
Ah.
Yeah, there it is.
Look at that. And then it says
Issue ticket.
issue tickets.
Please don't forget your card and ticket. Issuing ticket now.
Whoa,
There's
four.
the tickets.
Four
Four
tickets. Why do we have 4 tickets?
I'm not sure. Maybe 1 or 2 are receipts.
That was very efficient and easy.
I'm glad I had the guide because there were so many buttons. Like if you look here, this is a little bit confusing. There's the Shinkansen basic fare ticket, platform ticket, limited express. You would assume you press here Shinkansen or one of these, but you actually do this. We'll tell you in a few minutes how we booked our tickets, but for now, maybe we need to get a snack or a coffee and then find our platform. I've just seen this board here, which is a little bit of information about Tokyo Station, and it gives you an idea of the complexity and chaos that is happening here in Tokyo Station. It's probably 5 to 7 stories underground, and if you look all the way down here, there's actually different platforms. So like this is platform number 7 and 8. So you go in here, it's a whole city and a network that's really a marvel. Where are we even on this map?
Oh, we're here.
Okay, we're here, okay.
So maybe
Coffee there,
we can go there
somewhere there. We're just gonna walk, I think, until we smell coffee.
until we smell coffee. Here's a fun fact for you. Dev and I have actually been together for 7 years. And in those 7 years, we've been traveling full-time for 5 of them. And in those 5 full-time years of travel, he has never, ever let me carry my own suitcase. Can I grab one? Can I take one? Why not?
That's just our rule. That's our rule.
Okay. Well, I can take this one.
No, it's okay. There we go.
I told you. I did try.
As we're walking through the station, we've now ended up in a bit of a market or a mall. I see they're selling like high-end macarons there and all sorts of things. There's a clothing shop and accessories. Here they have like different souvenirs. We're still in the station, by the way. Look at all of these. Oh, is this takeaway sushi
Look at
for
all the
on the
cute
train?
meals. Yeah, it's like a salmon rice box. It looks unbelievable.
Wow. So here's a piece of salmon, we got some veg on the side, and then it's on a bed of rice with some seaweed. This one's got some noodles in.
Look at these meals. Look how cute this is. It actually looks like a bit of some sort of meat between 2 pancakes. And then they've got these ready-made meals, which is like a tonkatsu, like a chicken cutlet with some rice and veggies. And these are fruit sandwiches. So there's actually like little bits of fruit with fresh cream in a sandwich.
It's like a sweet sandwich.
A sweet sandwich, a fruity sandwich.
Quite unique.
Quite
And
unique.
I've just seen how big the piece of mango is in here, and then you can see all that white is the cream, and it literally is a piece of bread. If I take one, you can see it's a normal sandwich. Okay, let's go through to our gate.
I've got 2 tickets. No, maybe just 1 ticket. All in. Thank you. So we got 3 cards. This one was from the metro earlier, and he told me to put all 3 of them in.
Oh,
so let's
okay.
see if that works.
There you go. Well done. Okay, let's see. 3 tickets at one time. Oh, yes. And then I get 2 back. So technically we've now exited the metro. That's why I took the small one. And then we need these 2 to now get onto the train. That is a bit confusing. If you've never taken a train, that's what you need to do for next time.
Okay, there's all sorts of boards with times on. This is platform 20 and 21.
Which is absolutely insane. There are 21 different tracks only for the Shinkansen. That's not the metro. And you can see the chaos and confusion around me. Everyone is the same as us, looking, trying to figure out what their train number is, which platform. So let's see if we can figure this out.
Car 2, seat 14A.
Because we are a bit early, our train hasn't arrived yet and the platform isn't open, so we're going to wait a few minutes until that arrives. Chev is just in this line to get us a coffee, so we can wake up before our train and we can bring the coffee on the train with us. And in true Japanese style, there's a vending machine here in the station. In fact, there's a few. There's one over there as well, and I see another one down there. And you can then just buy a drink or a tea, a beverage, a coffee. There's Coke, Red Bull, right here in the station. There's a lot of really clever, convenient things. This is why it's such a fun experience to take the train over taking a plane. Also because you can arrive maybe 10 or 15 minutes before your train. Just get on quickly. You don't have to wait in an airport for hours before your flight. I've just seen platform 21 is going to be our train. So this is the Hayabusa 17. So this is going to be where our train is. So once we get our coffee, we just go up here. So we're on the 17th Hayabusa train today because it goes throughout the day. I think there must be over 20 to 30 trains taking this route the entire day today. We're not on the only train that goes north.
I got us some Beck's coffee, cafe latte as always, and it's even in a to-go bag so that we can have it on the train. I need coffee right now.
We're going to have to review Beck's coffee.
I know, we've never had Beck's coffee before, but I'm so excited. This is all that there was in our little area.
And I've just seen platform 21 has opened up for us.
Ah, is that us?
That's the Hayabusa 17.
Ah, I'm so excited.
10:45, that's us.
Hey.
Oh my gosh, here it is. This is the Hayabusa train. So the Hayabusa specifically is green, but it looks absolutely incredible. I've never seen a train that looks like this.
Can you believe that we are seeing the fastest Shinkansen in the world? It looks way better than I ever expected it to be, and I actually can't believe that we missed this last time.
And there is no gate stopping us from being close to this train right now. It is unreal. Look how long this nose is. One of the most spectacular things I've ever seen. I knew I was taking a train today, and we've been lucky enough to go on many high-speed trains, but when I've seen this, I feel like it's my first time.
It's just so dynamic. There's no other train in the world like this.
I actually think the nose on the Hayabusa train is about 15 meters long. That means if you just had to take the nose and put it upright, it would be 5 stories high. Just the nose. And if I look at the small window where the train conductor will be sitting, it's so small, it's almost like a racing window. And it must be an insane feeling to be in the cockpit or in the front of the train looking out.
And if you didn't know, the Hayabusa is actually a bird or a falcon here in Japan, which obviously resembles speed and strength. So it's a very, very fitting name.
Oh, and I'm seeing some of the other trains from the metro going by. Look at the difference between a metro train and the Shinkansen. That's why this is going at over 300 kilometers an hour. And that's just a daily commuter train. This is our train now that has just arrived, so all the passengers are about to get off and then we're going to get on.
I can't believe that this is our train. We actually saw it arrive, and when it comes in, it actually comes in like super slow motion.
And all the staff are actually getting on right now. You can see there's full-size doors and no barrier whatsoever.
And the sun is actually hitting it a little bit now.
So it's all like shiny and glistening. It's such a smooth finish as well.
I think this is our train, so we better get on.
Yeah, we better find our seats.
We better find our seats.
I just want to stare at this all day. I cannot believe we're getting on this. We're actually getting on this train. So I see here it says Grand Class, and that's the first class on the Hayabusa. So we're in Class 2, so we're making our way down. This is Class 8, so we're all the way down at the end. What's also staggering is how long this train is.
We were all the way on the other side of the track, so we had to walk along the entire Shinkansen to get to cart number 2, but we made it.
So this is cart number 2, so this is the car that we're going in, and it does say on our ticket where our car and seat number is, and we're in the reserved car, which I would recommend getting.
Yeah, because you don't want to arrive here and you don't have a seat, especially if you're traveling like as a couple or as a family. You just don't want that to be an extra stress, so come here, don't worry about your seat, buy the reserved ticket.
And we're in.
Okay, it is officially 10:45 and we are already on our way. Exactly on the dot, just like that. We literally just sat down about 5 seconds ago. So we've got just our backpacks in front and then we've got our other bags up here.
They open the doors after they clean it. It's open for 2 minutes. And if you're not on in those 2 minutes, the train leaves.
So it is 10:47, so we've already been going for 2 minutes and we're about to cover 700 kilometers in 4 hours. That is insane. This train can travel up to 320 kilometers an hour and yeah, it shows. And finally, we get to try Beck's coffee. Oh, and it's still hot. I know it's summertime, but we have to have a hot coffee when we wake up in the mornings. So worth it. We're picking up some serious speed right now. Okay, riddle me this. I don't know if all men are the same, but we've been on this train for the past 10 minutes and Dev has been completely fascinated by the train leaning from side to side. I asked him, what's the fascination with this? And he said, can't you feel it? And I'm like, no,
Like right now.
I can't feel it at all. I mean, I can see it, but I can't feel it.
What's fascinating for me and why this train specifically is so amazing and interesting to take is it tilts from left to right because it's going at such high speed. As it's curving through the different cities as we're exiting Tokyo, it's tilting to maintain its high speed. A train of this size and this length, it's 10 cars long and it's tilting. I'm not sure if you can see that on camera.
I can't feel it.
That is some absolutely insane engineering for that to be possible.
Is that a boy thing, to get fascinated by the train tilting? It must be a boy thing or a train lover, because Devon loves trains.
So this train specifically has the long nose, so it doesn't create that sonic boom when it goes through a tunnel, and it tilts, and that's why this train is so special and why we wanted to take it. It's just unbelievable. Please let me know in the comments if you are amazed by that. That is insane. How are they doing that? How did they work out how much it must tilt to still keep its speed?
I mean, I love trains, but not like you. We've been officially on the way for about half an hour now, so I thought, since we're settled in, let me give you a little seat tour. So we've got a beautiful window on this side. Because we're going up north, I think we're going to get some spectacular views. We've got a little station over here where I can place my coffee. I've got some armrests and I've even got a button where I can recline my seat just to get a little bit more comfortable. I would say the head cushion is quite nice as well. It really feels like aeroplane vibes. The seat is quite soft and it's quite cushiony, so it is going to be a very comfortable 4 hours. And then on the seat in front of me, I've got a tray table that I can pull down. I've got a little pouch where I can keep all my very important documents, like what to order on the train. Plus I've even got a cup holder and I've even got a little hook that I can hook stuff on. Plus we've got loads of space at the bottom for our feet. Plus we've got a little luggage storage compartment at the top on each side. On this side of the train there's 3 seats and then on the other side there's 2. Plus there's bathrooms as well. So I'll give you a little bathroom tour later. And to top it all off, if it gets really hot, we can pull down this window shade and we can keep cool or just take a small rest. Plus, we even have 2 ports, one in front of us and one on the side to charge all of our devices like our laptops or our phones. And we've even got Wi-Fi on board, so we will definitely not get bored. Okay, we're gonna do a little test. I have a little coin and I want to show you how steady this train is, even though it's leaning from side to side at times and it's going so fast. But I bet I can still make this coin stand up straight. Okay, let's see. Wait, I can do it.
comprehend how quick we are going. To see all of the trees and the buildings rushing past us so quickly is insane, and that we're on the ground. Normally when you're feeling that speed, you're in a plane. We've been lucky enough to go on a few high-speed trains, but this one seems incredibly fast. And I just look now, if you had to drive from Tokyo to Hokkaido, it would take you up to 12 hours. This is only going to take us 4, so it's about a third of the time by taking this train. Japan is a beautiful country, and right now in the summer everything is really lush and green because it's so hot and humid. This is a great way for us to see some of the mountains, some of the greenery, and also some of the smaller towns and villages along the way as we make our way up north. Selling snacks and drinks. So even on the train, you can buy some snacks if you didn't get already while you were in the station. Right now we're stopping, where are we stopping? So we're about an hour and a half into this journey, and we're currently stopping at Sendai station. So a lot of the people are actually getting off the train, but we're going to continue. And this has been really good so far. We're
super fun, actually.
enjoying listening to some music, bit of a dance break.
The J-pop tunes have been kicking off on this train journey. But if you have any other Japanese artists that you want to recommend to us, leave them to us in the comments. This guy's really cool though. We like him a lot. Yuki Chiba, he's very cool.
So far this train journey has been seamless, it's been smooth, and to think that we're going so quickly, but we're just sitting casually, we're hardly moving, it's so stable, it's mind-blowing. And because we're going north, we're seeing a lot of the rice plantations and the rice fields, and I assume that the weather or the climate is better suited in the north for plantation and producing rice. When we were here previously, we didn't go north at all. We only went south from Tokyo. We went to Nagoya, Osaka and Kyoto. So it's nice to go somewhere different, and I'm assuming that the weather is going to be much cooler when we go to the north.
Don't forget that we also went to Suzuka last year to watch the Formula One Grand Prix, and it was absolutely spectacular. And I think my favorite memory is that everybody was dressed up or really supportive. They had all sorts of creative hats. That was one of my core memories here in Japan.
And we're actually connecting from the main island Honshu here in Japan to the northern island Hokkaido, and we're going to be traveling at full high speed under the ocean, connecting those two islands. And I'm just reading now that the Hayabusa travels under the longest undersea tunnel in the world, which is the Shinkansen tunnel, and the tunnel is 53 kilometers long that we're about to go through. 23 kilometers of that is under the sea. That is absolutely insane. For some reason on the previous stop, a whole lot of people got off, so now we actually have all 3 seats available to us, and I see these 2 seats are also free. So we have a little bit more space to roam around, and you can see how much legroom we have and how comfortable the seats are. And as we said, they can recline. We're going through a tunnel now. We've gone through so many tunnels.
So we've taken trains in a lot of countries, and whenever we do a train journey, I always give you a little bathroom tour. So here we go. First, we've got a double lock here, so you close the door over here and then you just latch it. Plus we've got not 1, but 2 mirrors. Obviously no smoking, and then we've got the automatic flush. We've got a few exciting buttons. We've got a privacy button, which you can play some music if you would prefer some privacy while you do your business. Plus, we've got exciting variations of a bum gun here. We've got a front spray, we've got a rear spray, and you can adjust your pressure. If you're playing some music, you can adjust the volume as well. Pretty convenient. We even have a baby changing station over here. Plus, you can pop the little guy in here when it's your turn. Pretty convenient. Plus we've got the automatic tap. Let's see if it works. Pretty good. Now this is where the magic happens. Normally in the winter time these seats are heated. Let me see if it is. heated. Woo. They're still heated even in the summertime. That's pretty cool. You've got a little hook to have your handbag, a second one just in case you need. All round, good bathroom. It is spotless. There is not a drop of water, there's not a bit of litter. It is absolutely sparkling. 10 out of 10, no notes. There's even a little makeup station just outside the bathroom with some very appealing light. I appreciate this as a girl.
There is also a specific male bathroom that if you pull here, it is just a urinal. So that's quite convenient. And then there's a basin here as well where you can wash your hands, but it says do not drink this water.
Okay everybody, welcome to Chef's Snacks. Whenever we're in a train, like a high-speed train like this, we always carry some snacks with us. I'm going to be showing you what we got and giving them a little try. Number one, these sweet and sour fruit gummies. They're in a little heart shape, so cute. Grape flavor. Ooh, it's sour. 9 out of 10. Fantastic. Next, almond chunkies. These are one of my favorite things, and they happen to have 1 million of them in Japan. Oh, look at them. They're little almond chunkies. That's nice. 10 out of 10, no notes. Next, we've got the strawberry cheesecake Kit Kat that we bought the other day from Don Quixote. They're doing a little collab with Baskin Robbins, so I'm eager to see if it tastes just like strawberry cheesecake. They're miniature. Where is the rest? Where is the rest of my Kit Kat? One for me, one for me. Just kidding. It doesn't taste like strawberry cheesecake. It tastes like strawberry cheesecake ice cream. How did they do that? It's my favorite. I'm going to be on such a sugar rush. No regrets. And in case you're wondering if I'm eating real food, I am. I got a chicken wrap and I got an onigiri. That's it for Chef's Snacks. I'm currently in the middle of my chicken wrap, and you're probably wondering, what about Dev's snacks? Well, I would have shown you what he had, but he finished them in the first 5 minutes. Luckily, I took some clips before, but couldn't get to show you. Didn't have enough time. And now he's eyeing my snacks.
I'm actually already eating them.
Why? They are not sour.
My eye walked in a bit.
But he's still eating them.
But we'll have another.
They are not that sour.
So we have made our way all the way north to Aomori, which is one of the most northern towns of the main island here in Japan, which means we are going into that tunnel that goes underneath the sea. I'm not sure when it is because that tunnel is 50 kilometers long, but I think that was our final stop before we go under that tunnel. I cannot believe that we're about to go under the ocean. I'm sure it's going to be a bit of an anticlimactic feeling because I'm sure we're not going to see the ocean and fish going by. I'm sure it's going to be completely black because we're going to be in a tunnel. We've just been told that we're about to enter the tunnel and that yes, it is over 50 kilometers long, but she just said at the lowest point we will be 240 meters below the ocean surface. That is wild. So I'm not sure when that's going to be. Any minute now, we're not going to see the outside anymore, and we're just going to be in pitch darkness. So this is all we're seeing now is just complete blackness. We cannot see anything outside, and I think it's going to be like this for a while. We're under the ocean right now. The ocean is above us, 200 meters of seawater. And just like that, we are officially out the tunnel, and now we're in Hokkaido. We're still going through tunnels, but we've made it to the North Island, and I think it's going to be absolutely beautiful.
Okay, so we just heard the announcement that we will be arriving at our end station, which means we have finally made it to Hokkaido 4 hours later. It actually didn't take very long at all. The time just absolutely flew by. I think because we were having the most fun.
Thank you for traveling with us, and we look forward to serving you again.
And just like that, we are in Hokkaido. That was the most fantastic train ride, if I do say so myself. It was absolutely smooth, seamless. So I highly recommend taking the high-speed Hayabusa train to Hokkaido. And now we're gonna see the front of the train because it's just so iconic. We can't get enough of it. Dave's got our bags, and here's the train. We are in Hokkaido. So cool.
I just can't stop looking at this. I've noticed that the distance from, let's say, the cockpit where the train conductor sits, all the way to the end, that is so far. It's unbelievable. And it starts really small, and then it kind of grows up in stages. At its highest, it's actually quite high if you look at it compared to this conductor here. It's quite a high train, but it's absolutely beautiful. We both feel incredibly lucky to have taken a train like this today. This is really special. We've just seen the conductors right in the front, and they've closed the doors, so they might be leaving again, and I assume heading all the way back to Tokyo, which is all the way over there. We can see from this platform, because it's open, all the beautiful mountains here in Hokkaido, and it's a little bit cloudy. And the first thing we notice is it's not that hot. It's about 28 or 29 degrees, where in Tokyo it was between 34, 35 every single day. So it's nice to have a little bit cooler weather.
That was the most unbelievable, enjoyable journeys I've ever had on the most dynamic Shinkansen I've ever seen. So we will be exploring Hokkaido in the afternoon.
So we've just checked into our hotel, and we've decided to walk around the little town where we're staying. This is obviously not the big city of Sapporo here in the north. And as you can hear
And see, we're walking in the middle of the road. There are no cars whatsoever. We're actually in like a neighborhood, and what we've noticed is that nobody has a fence or a big brick wall with electric fences like they do in the cities. There's actually just hedges and houses, and it is completely dead quiet.
there's not one person anywhere. It is completely silent, and a big contrast to what it's like in Tokyo. Yesterday we were at Shibuya Crossing, the busiest crosswalk in the world, and now we're the only people on this
Walking
crosswalk.
in the middle of the road. There is not a single car that has come by because we're not even walking on the pavement. As you can see, there's a residential house here, but there is no gate, there's no fence. And as a person who comes from South Africa, every single house has a fence, a very high wall, an electric fence. That just shows you how safe it is. And we also learned that in the north, or in places like Hokkaido and Okinawa, they have a very, very high longevity rate, which means the people live for a very, very long time. And I can kind of see why. No pollution, no city noise, no stress, just peace. This house has a car, 2 bikes, and no gate.
In fact, the bicycles aren't even locked up. They just left them over here. So when you finish your bike ride, he's even got a little basketball in the front of his bike, and cars left outside. The door is open. The door to this house is completely open. They haven't closed it. There's no need. Oh, here comes a car.
Oh my God.
Here's some people.
Another one.
Another one.
You know,
Oh my gosh, it's like peak traffic.
that's like peak traffic.
Normally during the winter season, Hokkaido is very busy, predominantly for snow skiing and people coming on vacation. But during the summer, it's obviously not snowing anymore. So I think life becomes very calm in the summer, but they do produce a lot of milk products here. Ice cream, cheese, any milk products are very, very popular worldwide, and it comes from this region.
It's stuck all over you now.
Oh dear.
That was really
Just things you do in Hokkaido compared to Tokyo. In Tokyo, you go to team labs, but here you just blow dandelions.
This is obviously someone's yard, but these growing watermelons, they are massive.
I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the back. And look, there is not a gate or fence, absolutely nothing. He's planting all kinds of things.
That's how watermelons grow.
It's so green, the mountains, the air is so fresh, and it's not hot. Right now it is 27 degrees, where in Tokyo it's 35 at the moment. But yet everybody is in Tokyo at Shibuya Crossing right now. But yet there's all of this beauty and no one's here. I find it fascinating that humans always draw towards lots of crowds of people and normally don't want to spend their time in this.
Kind of great for us, like we get to see it when nobody's here, but also kind of sad that people are mostly drawn to like the overhyped touristy things, whereas we've also come here to maybe see a different side or a contrast to that. Go and see the busy side of Japan, but also see the untouched, beautiful side of Japan. And I have to say, I guess I like both.
We found a little convenience store, and you can in fact buy cutlery like a fork or a spoon or even chopsticks in the shape of the Hayabusa Shinkansen. Look how cool that is. If we had a house, I'd probably get it. It's even got the windows and the door on the side and the long nose.
You can even get a little keychain, but you can also get Shinkansen socks. It's really funny.
If they had my size, but unfortunately they don't.
My hand is bigger than that sock.
I'll have to put you back.
That's hilarious.
That is so cool. What a memory that would be.
What a place. Good morning from a busy Tokyo station. Honestly, we should be used to this by now because we've been in this station before when we had to take the Hayabusa train to Hokkaido. This station is absolutely chaotic because there is a massive line for the kiosk and the tellers because everybody is now lining up to get their Shinkansen ticket. And it is seriously intimidating. There seems to be a lot of confusion and lots of people don't really know how to use the machines to get their tickets by themselves, so they have to do it manually. And lucky for us, we don't have to do that because we booked our tickets on Klook, which I'll tell you more about later. And we actually have a barcode on our phone that we can use to just tap and scan and go directly through the gates. We don't actually need a physical ticket this time, which is quite interesting because last time we did. I am so excited to finally see more of the cultural side of Japan. We've been in busy cities. Now we get to see more, do more, eat more. So let's go to Kyoto. I just don't think I will ever get used to this. I mean, this is just crazy. There's so many people waiting around here, and there is the kiosks over there, and then there is this massive line.
This is just to buy tickets on the day, and yet there's still people who are trying to buy tickets. It's chaos. Look on this side, how many people are trying to go through the gate. Absolutely mayhem. Luckily, we just booked our tickets online, so we have a QR code. We can just go straight through. We don't need to go to the machines and we don't need to stand in the line. So we're going to head through now, maybe get a coffee before we get on the train, because you need one of those. And then we're going on the Shinkansen.
He makes it. Hey. Okay. Okay, we are 343 at 11:09, so that's platform 19. Platform 19, here we go. Well, the QR code worked really well. We just went, scanned our ticket and put our metro ticket in as well. And then I got this ticket. It shows me my seat number, the price, which train and which car. Okay, we have 9 minutes. We gotta go. This is the worst thing ever, these yellow jobbers. Ooh. A mini escalator.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so this is our train over here, and we're in car 4.
Okay, car 4, 13A. Car 4, 13A.
So we have about 7 minutes to get on, or we have about 7 minutes until it leaves.
This is so cool! Besides being worried about missing it, still have to remember that I am extremely excited to get on the Shinkansen. Dave and I absolutely love train travel, so we're still super excited.
Okay, car 5, and then this is car 4.
Is this us?
I think we're 13A and B.
13A. Let's go! Ooh, gotta mind the gap here. Oh my goodness. Ugh.
Quite empty for now.
This is fun. And it's blue.
Okay, we're ready. So we've got our bags put up here. Because we're taking the blue line, which goes south, all the seats are blue. Previously, we took the Hayabusa train, which is green, so all the seats were green.
Okay, so it's now 11:05, which means we leave in approximately 4 minutes. So let me show you my seat. Comfy blue seat. We don't actually have the head cushions that we did in the Hokkaido train. And we've got loads of space in front of us. I've got my armrest. I've got my tray table, which I'm gonna put my coffee on.
Which we did get, by the way.
Which we did get a coffee, but we were too in a bit of a humble jumble to film it. And then we've got some nice space here for all our important documents. And then we've got a little bit of space for our backpacks. Good window, not as big as the Hayabusa train one, but it's still great. We get to enjoy the view, put my coffee here, and enjoy the ride. So we're gonna leave at 11:09. So let's see if it's on time. I can hear the jingle. So you know the train doors are closing when you hear that jingle. So I just heard it.
Wow, that is insane.
11:09. Perfectly on time. That's incredible.
We've actually been on this exact train route before, probably not this exact train because there are so many, but we've taken the train previously when we were here in Japan from Tokyo to Osaka, but now we're going to Kyoto and it stops at a few stations along the way. I think it goes past Shinagawa, Yokohama, Osaka, Nagoya and Kyoto. It's about a 2-hour journey that we're about to embark on, and as you can see, I've now sat in a random seat. I'm all the way at the back of our car just so I can be a little bit more quiet and considerate to the other guests, because here on the train in Japan you need to keep very quiet. You can see all around me there is no one else, so I'm making sure that I'm quiet and respectful to everybody else. But I'm really surprised nobody is on this train. This is the main southern line from Tokyo, the biggest city, all the way down to Osaka, Kyoto, really popular destinations and big cities as well, but no one is here. Okay, I see we're stopping at our first stop, which is Shinagawa already, and it took us a total of 6 minutes to get to our first stop. That's how quick we're going. But this gives you an idea of what the train layout is like. There are 3 seats on this side and then 2 on this side. And I've just seen there's this lever that you can pull up, and then your chair declines all the way down here, which is pretty far, much further than an aeroplane seat would. That actually makes a really comfortable ride if you needed to have a nap or a rest on the way. But I'm gonna go back to our seat because I think some more people are about to arrive onto the train. But you can see there's some luggage compartments up here and down at the bottom if you've got bigger luggage.
Drink coffee and it goes straight through them. So while I'm here, let me give you a little bathroom tour. So this one is a lot smaller compared to the Hayabusa train. Also, there's no mirror, just a reflection. Toilet, sink, let's see if it works. We've got quite a small space here. There's not much moving around. And then we've got all the fun contraptions, all the sprays. This one doesn't play any music, which is quite sad. You can call for help if you need, and then you close the toilet before you flush. We've got a seat cleaner and we've got a trash can. We even have a baby changer. So when you're doing your business, you pop the little guy in. Obviously, this is a train in Japan, so it will be spotless and sparkling clean. As you can see, still approval from me. Even though there's no mirror inside the actual bathroom, there is one just outside. So you've got an extra sink, you've got some very appealing lights, and you've got a mirror.
So still cool. There's also a joint one and a baby change in here. Then there's a women's stall and male stall. And then over here is where you can keep your oversized luggage.
I've just come between the two cars just so I can speak a little bit louder because train etiquette in Japan is very important. When you're in your seat, you need to keep quiet, don't answer any phone calls, don't have your phone on loud, playing music or watch a movie. So I wanted to come here just to explain what this train is all about. And this train is special because you can see Mount Fuji from here. There it is, just peeping out the back behind all these buildings. But obviously right now in the summer, there is no snow on top. So in the spring and the winter months, it is absolutely beautiful because it's really got that snow-capped look. But right now, no snow whatsoever on top of Mount Fuji because it is so hot here in Japan in the summer. As another Shinkansen goes by, absolutely insane the speed that we're going. So if you're ever going from Tokyo to Osaka or Kyoto, make sure to sit on the right-hand side so you can see a really good view of Mount Fuji. I just cannot believe the speed that we are going, watching all the buildings, the trees, the mountains rush by us, and we've been lucky enough to go on a few high-speed trains before, and every single time it blows me away. It never gets old, and in fact this train specifically can go up to 300 kilometers an hour. That's faster than a commercial jet is going at takeoff. And we're on the ground. To put that into perspective, if we had to drive from Tokyo to Kyoto, it would take us between 6 and 7 hours. We're only going to take 2 hours. I mean, look at all of the rice plantations and all the buildings going by. So right behind that cloud is Mount Fuji at the moment. So Mount Fuji's just hiding, I think. And besides going at lightning speed, it's also incredibly stable. I mean, I'm standing in the middle of this cart, absolutely no worries. I'm not swaying from side to side, I'm not bouncing up and down at 300 kilometers an hour. Also, it's one of the most punctual trains in the world with an average delay of only 1 minute in the last 50 years. So if you're ever taking this train, make sure you're on time or you're gonna miss it. But in fact, this isn't the fastest Shinkansen here in Japan. That would be the Hayabusa train, which is the North Line going to Hokkaido.
And this Nozomi Shinkansen is actually inspired by the kingfisher, and the Hayabusa is inspired by the Hayabusa bird for its speed. We also bought our tickets for both of those trains on Klook, and we have a little discount code as well if you want to use it when you're coming to Japan. You can use Klook for all sorts of activities. In fact, every single activity we booked, we used Klook, so highly recommended. We'll leave a link in the description below.
And we're about an hour into the journey already, so we're halfway. We are just flying. It's like we're teleporting through Japan. It's incredible. When you take the train here, you get to see the Japanese countryside, and honestly, Japan is beautiful. There are so many mountains, lots of greenery, and normally in the winter and the spring months it's beautiful with all the cherry blossoms and the snow, but I have to say in the summer it's equally as beautiful because everything is so green. Because it's so hot and humid, everything is just popping with this beautiful green color. So our train is about to arrive in a minute, and I can see us pulling up to the station now. That was a very quick 2 hours. When you're going at the speed, time flies as well. And you have to be waiting at the door when your train arrives because it's only here on the platform for 2 minutes and then it leaves. So that's why we're ready and waiting.
We made it to Kyoto! That was the smoothest, quickest 2 hours I've ever had. That was the most enjoyable train journey. And it is boiling hot in Kyoto. It was super cool in the train, but now I feel like my skin is on fire.
So we arrived at 1:19, it's now 1:22 and they've just closed the doors and this train is about to leave. So it was only here for just over 2 minutes from the time that the doors opened to the time that the doors closed. And there it goes. And now it's on its way to Osaka. This is what the train looks like from the front. You can see from the long nose and how big it is. It is an engineering marvel and I'm always blown away by this. Very similar to the Hayabusa train that we took previously, the green one, but this nose is not as long. And I think this train's actually about to leave now. I think it's going to Osaka as well. Oh, it's actually going back to Tokyo. Look at that. I think this is the busiest bullet train route in the world, and that's why another one comes and another one comes, and every single one is so prompt and completely on time. Here it is. Oh, and this one is actually themed. This is a Tokyo Disney themed Shinkansen. Very cool. Some of the Shinkansens are themed. They have different color schemes and they're different on the inside as well. This is just amazing to be here in Japan and being on these platforms. I could honestly watch these trains go up and down all day long. Look how sleek and aerodynamic it is. And now this one's leaving as well. It's literally on the platform for a minute or two. So you can see one is arriving on this side and then this one leaves. Look, it's all Disney themed. Purple, then we have green, then it's blue over here. Wow, that's really cool. And then another one on this side. So I assume he's wiping the bugs away because there's no rain at the moment, but they're cleaning the windows. And in fact, the train is so clean throughout. I assume they wash these trains probably every single day because normally the high-speed trains have lots of dirt and bugs splattered on the front of the nose. As we're just watching all the trains go by, I think this one's about to close its doors and leave. There you go. And they always play the little jingle. I love it. But we're standing on this platform. It is boiling hot and I just looked at the temperature. I'm not sure if you can see because my phone is actually dimmed, it's so hot. It says it is 37 degrees Celsius. As everyone is now sitting in this train with lovely aircon, we are boiling.
There he goes. Oh, missed it too quick.
It's too quick. I think we need to get off this platform because we've watched about 10 trains go by. Let's go find our hotel and let's go explore the city. 37.
Okay, and welcome to the next day here in Kyoto, which is officially our first full day. And we have now arrived at the Fushimi Inari Shrine. We've got our umbrella up because it is absolutely boiling hot. It is a sweltering day, and yes, we did decide to come at midday. Our mistake, because we didn't want to get up early. We were so tired from our train ride yesterday. But now that we're here, we're going to go and explore, tell you more about what Fushimi Inari Shrine is really about, just like everybody else, because they've also arrived at the same time as we have. So I guess it's going to be busy, but I think it's going to be fun.
So Kyoto is known as the cultural hub of Japan. So that's why many tourists come here and there are so many shrines and temples to see. We just went through this giant gate and apparently we're going to go through 10,000 different gates today. It's about a 30-minute hike to get to the top of the shrine, and that's why so many people have come here. And this is a great contrast between the new Japan, the new technology that we took yesterday on the Shinkansen versus going to see a shrine and temple today. But from first glance, this shrine is absolutely beautiful. What I like about a lot of the shrines is that deep red color. It's going to be a hot one as we hike all the way up, but let's go see the shrine.
And look at what I've just spotted over here. They actually have fresh water running out of thin little bamboo sticks, and you can just wash your hands
Oh, and the water's super cool as well. It's always good to wash your hands before you're entering the shrine. On a very hot day, that is very much needed. How cool is this? Before we actually enter into where the main shrine is, I've noticed that there's 2 foxes on either side of the entrance, and they've got something in their mouth. It actually looks like a key, and then the other one looks like he's got a little round ball of rice, and the foxes are actually Inari's messengers, because Inari is the god of rice, prosperity and business. They hold the keys and the rice. So we gotta bow before we go in.
So we've walked all the way through and around here, and the whole idea is you just keep going further and further up. It can be about a 30 to 40 minute hike all the way to the top of the shrine, and apparently most people don't make it, especially because of the heat. But as I make my way up here, again, you can see the foxes on either side as we enter. What I love about the shrines in Japan is how intricate, beautiful, and of course that dark red color is so outstanding. Where normally a lot of the buildings are a gray, dark brown, or a wood color, and this is a working shrine, a place of worship and prayer. So these people are actually coming here, making a donation and praying either for good fortune or good luck. And it's not only just a tourist destination, even though there are so many tourists all around here. Everywhere you go in Japan that's touristy, there's always lots of people. It's always crowded.
So right here we actually found these little planks, and they actually have some written Japanese script on it. And basically you can pay some money and pick one, and then it has a wish. So there's different types of wishes that you have, like safety for one's family, company fortunes, health, if you want to be safe in traffic, if you want to recover from an illness, or you just want to have a safe trip. It's really cool because you can donate, put some money in this box, and then you can make a wish. And I saw that you can actually also write your name on it, which is pretty cool. So then your wish will come true.
So we are officially starting our hike all the way up, and you can see all the stairs here. It just keeps going further and further up, and as you go, you just keep going through the gates. And apparently all the gates are offerings or donations by companies or individuals that want good luck for their company or good fortune, or they want to make a lot of money. Apparently the company name and who donated it is on each gate, so we'll look out for that. As we said, there are 10,000 gates, which is staggering because we've been here for about half an hour. We've only gone through 3.
Yeah.
So we've got 9,997 to go.
Or technically, maybe we haven't even started those gates yet. So
Yes.
we've gone through like the main Torii gates, and we're already out of breath. We're already sweating. It is so hot
3 gates
today.
in. So here I can see it's written obviously in Japanese script, but this is whoever donated this gate in particular. And obviously this one's really big and absolutely beautiful. And there I can see another one, and as you just keep going, I assume they're going to be all the way up the mountain. So here it actually splits into 2, and these
Yeah.
are much smaller gates.
These are much
if
bigger.
These are absolutely massive. But if we turn around, look how small these are. Just at head height, I would say. Maybe these are 7 feet tall. They're that tall.
Yeah.
For reference.
For reference, I'm not that tall, so. So we are now making our way through the Torii gates, and all 10,000 of them. Once you see them all close together, you can really see how they could accumulate to be more and more and more, because this whole aisle, or this whole path, just keeps going.
This is really peaceful and serene to go through all of these gates, and we've been able to find a bit of a quiet time where there's not too many people coming through, because obviously everyone is just rushing through these gates.
And we have noticed that there are a few names on them all over on this side and on this side as well. But as you look back, you can see all the names that are written on.
It's quite spiritual as well. Like you're walking through all of these gates, you're walking through history.
And it's shady in here, so that's great, because it is sweltering. The second that sun hits you, you're frying. We've actually got it all to ourselves. This is just a little bit higher up on the trail, and we were told at the bottom that the further you go up and up and up, the less people you'll see. That is very true.
It just keeps going and going and going. So further up you go, fewer and fewer people there are. As People get tired as you start hiking all the way up.
Yeah, it's also super hot, so I don't blame them.
But even though we've been through a couple hundred gates at this point, it's still really special. And obviously you're surrounded by the jungle here, so it's really quiet, it's peaceful.
It's not exactly quiet. We're hearing all of those, what are those called?
The cicadas, yes.
Yeah, they're so loud, they're buzzing and buzzing, but that's all we can hear, which is nice. Even in the middle of hiking up to the shrine, there's still a vending machine halfway up, always convenient.
Excuse me while I've just put water all over my face. Because it's so hot, we've come to a viewpoint. We're about half our way up the mountain. But already from here, you can see how beautiful the view is. We've actually climbed really high. And you can see obviously there's city below, mountain in the background. And then here in the foreground is all jungle, greenery. You can hear the cicadas. Not as many high-rise skyscrapers as Tokyo. You can clearly see the difference.
Okay, here's a discussion that we always have. Dave is always dripping in sweat. And I, for some reason, never seem to sweat. I don't know.
That
but we've been climbing
melatonin
up.
in your skin.
He's like absolutely dripping. So I guess, I don't know if it's like Asian genes or...
Melatonin in your skin
Yeah,
is
clearly.
outrageous.
I just like don't sweat.
Nothing.
Even climbing a mountain, even climbing up to Everest. Actually, not too bad. I think we've seen worse on this hike. What do you think?
I am though. And it's, once it goes, it's never stops.
And then there's me. So we are climbing up these stairs, and lots of people say that they thought they wanted to connect with the Kyoto culture, but they almost connected with the afterlife instead after these stairs. To be honest, they're not that bad. If you include the heat, you will have shortness of breath, so remember to get some water from the vending machine because it is sweltering. This always reminds me of doing Everest. Whenever I see stairs, I have PTSD. The stairs to the never-ending world. So this is always good fun.
But as you can see, the higher up we go, absolutely no one is here. So if you're wanting to get a photo, which most people come here for that photo, to stand next to some of the gates, just go a little bit higher up.
We're really hot, humid, sticky. All along the way we've been seeing these little shrines and all the foxes. They've actually got like a little bib tied around them, which is super cute. But number one, everybody is at the bottom, nobody is at the top. So just as a warning, if you are coming here, just make sure you're prepared. You've got some nice shoes on, you've got some water. Just enjoy it, take it slow, even though it's hot and sticky. It's always worth it at the top. I mean, we climbed to Everest Base Camp. There were so many points where we were like, I can't make it, it's too far, the stairs are never ending. But once you get to the top, it's worth it.
As you make your way up the mountain, there's these fresh water stations that you can wash your hands, and they have a little, kind of like a scoop, almost like a big ladle, and you can just wash your hands. And it's specifically made for that. There is a sign that says, this is here to wash your hands as you make your way up.
Okay, so we have officially made it to the top. There is a shrine at the top, and then it says about 200 meters beyond that there is also another lookout point. So we're actually going to go a little bit further. If you're coming here, you should dedicate 20 minutes of your time to make it to the top. I mean, it is a lot of stairs, I'll give you that. Compared to where we were at the beginning, where everyone was like fighting for the perfect Instagram moment, you can have it. You just gotta work hard. Dedicate 20 minutes of stair work, and then you can get the perfect Instagram shot. That's just my advice. You're wondering.
It's actually amazing because you've got it all just made up in the rock, and there you can see the foxes made out of stone. And now I can work out why there are 10,000 gates, because they are everywhere and really impressive.
They're also dedications from people, so they're very, very sacred, so you should not touch them. Just an FYI.
Okay, so we've now taken a short little train ride to Nishiki Market and we got down from the shrine. It was absolutely boiling hot. So we thought we needed to come to a cooler place and we needed to have some food because after doing that little hike, we have seriously worked up an appetite. So Nishiki Market is actually one of the most popular markets here in Kyoto. There's lots of street food, there's drinks, and it's a whole little street where you can just go up and down. They've got fresh seafood. I think this is actually it.
This is it.
Is this it?
Luckily it's covered because it's still boiling hot and it's now 4:30 and apparently it closes at 6. So we've got an hour and a half. It pretty much goes all the way down and it's just food paradise.
So this place isn't just your ordinary street food store. This is actually called Kyoto's Kitchen. It's actually a 400-meter long arcade and it has over 130 shops, most of which are family owned for generations. We're seeing so many cool things. We've got all sorts of like sakura sake on this side, all the giant fried shrimp and omelets. Look at that, that looks like a giant octopus head, is it? That's true, a mini octopus, but its head is like super big. But it's actually called a taco tamago, which means that it's a octopus stuffed with a quail egg. That is unreal. There's so many food options here and everything looks absolutely delicious. I just want to try everything. What do we have over here? Loads and loads of crab. You can actually see the crab imitation in there. There's even a little water feature. Look at all of this fresh crab. Oh, now he's blowtorching it. Wow. Very, very cool.
This entire shop is only umbrellas and look how far down it goes. All different sizes, colors, shapes. This one's got like a dragon on. This has got like some waves, all blue. Absolutely fascinating. Entire shop, only umbrellas.
I've just seen they've got pickled cucumber. Ah, that looks delicious actually.
Cucumber on a stick.
Really good. Cucumber on a stick, why not? We've actually seen everything from fresh tuna to octopus to crab to prawns to oysters. This is probably some of the best seafood and freshest seafood you'll ever find. Okay, so we've just passed by this store and it looks super, super appetizing because they've got some gyoza, they've got some fried shrimp, fried tempura shrimp, they've even got some Kobe beef from Kobe, which is not so far away from Kyoto. So I think we're gonna have to try something from here. What do you think? Gyoza, one, and shrimp, one. Yes. Arigatou gozaimasu. 1,300 yen for 2 of our little snacks. Did you see she put it straight into the deep fryer? So good. Arigatou gozaimasu. We can sit over here. What do you think? Oh, sorry. Thank you. One thing you should know about being in Japan is you cannot walk and eat. You should always stop or sit down, and it's actually considered quite rude to walk and eat or drink anything. So we've got a little barrel here that we're gonna eat our little gyoza with, and it's already ready. Oh, sorry. Arigatou gozaimasu. And here it is, 2 of our first little snacks that we're gonna try here at Nishiki Market. We've got 3 gyoza, which you put a little bit of like a spicy salt on, and then we've got our giant tempura fried shrimp. It's super crispy and crunchy. It's actually quite a little bit salty on the outside, but on the inside the shrimp is super fresh and tasty. Next up, I'm gonna try one of the fried gyoza, and gosh, when she put it in, it was so hot I could barely touch it, but now I can, luckily. This is good.
She put a little bit of spicy salt on, but then on the inside is actually like a bit of pork and chive. So it's got like that crispy outer filling, but then like really, really tasty, savory filling on the inside. Can never go wrong with a gyoza. This is actually our second visit to Japan, and we haven't tried any sake. And I just saw that there was a shop selling them by the glass, and it was like 100 yen each. Should we try some?
Have to.
Okay, I think it's over here. Savor your first sake. That's true.
So it says, yeah, Japanese sake 100 yen. I said one shot only for 100.
Okay.
That is a very big shot.
That is a very big
Okay,
shot.
let's get two.
Be glad. I can have one, thank you.
Dry or sweet?
Sweet, please. Is it good? Is the sweet okay?
Yeah.
Oh, good. She says the sweet is good, so I'm gonna try the sweet one. She's opening up a brand new bottle.
Just for us.
Just for us.
Look how big the bottle
That
of
is
sake
a huge
is.
bottle.
Wow.
Actually, this glass is really big as well. And she's
Oh, dear.
pouring one for me. Arigato gozaimasu. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going inside. She was so excited to pour that sake for me that it actually overflowed in here. There's like half a shot in here as well. Okay, this is like a really, really big glass. I'm so nervous. But it smells divine, so I'm gonna go for it.
We
I'm
got
not
a
gonna
sweet sake, so
Yeah, it's a sweet sake, and I'm not gonna shoot the whole thing.
especially after our hike
I
this
know,
morning.
we hiked, we were in the sun, like, that is just madness. It's very strong.
Good morning.
It's very strong. Oh god. Okay. But it's got a very like rice wine flavor to it, and it is quite sweet. So Dev's gonna have to try some next because I'm not gonna be able to finish this by myself. Okay.
What do they say in Japan? Kanpai.
Kanpai.
Kanpai, I think. Let me know in the comments if that's correct. It is strong. I would not be able to have all of this. I would be swaying on the trains home. Actually, I really like it. It's very much like a rice wine, similar to like the happy water in Vietnam, similar to like a vodka. I think that would be the closest thing that I could relate it to, but a little bit sweet, kind of like wine and vodka mixed. But I've had one gyoza and a bite of shrimp the entire day, so let's see how this goes. Oh, I'm all warm inside.
Yeah, your face is all red as well.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sure there's a few of you who are watching this video that could probably drink us under the table, and you're probably laughing at us because we're dying over one shot of sake. Yeah, we don't do this very often. So what I would say though is like this is the friendly, cute little baby sister of the Korean soju, because the soju is super like strong and not as sweet as this one. So I actually think I prefer this one. Oh. It gets better the more you drink, I think.
What an incredible day that was today. Climbing all the way to the top of the shrine in the heat and now going to Nishiki Market.
And a very good morning from Kyoto Station. We have left it a little bit too late today. I think we're getting too comfortable taking these trains. But today we're not taking a Shinkansen, we are not taking a Hayabusa train. We are actually taking a local train from Kyoto to Nara. It's called the Aoniyoshi, and it's a very cool luxury train. So we're going to show you that in a little bit. But for now, we are trying our best to navigate Kyoto Station because honestly, there are so many lines, there are so many platforms.
Why this is a little bit confusing is there are different trains from Kyoto to Nara. There's so many different ways that you can get there and different train companies. So we're going on a limited express train. It's a specific train that they made for this route.
And we kept showing people our ticket and they were like, no, not here, not here. So that made us panic a little bit, but we have about 30 minutes to get on this train. So we're leaving it a bit thin.
So we bought our ticket online for a special train, but we still need to buy like a basic fare ticket as well to get through. So I've just bought that, and she just said, just head on, find the platform and get on the train. They're so relaxed, so helpful. You always feel like you've got no time and then you're like, oh, I've got 20 minutes, that's fine.
I wonder why we're going to Nara. If only we had a sign from the universe. Not sure. What could it be?
Chev is just getting us a takeaway coffee that we can have on the train, and I've just seen this sign here. It actually says, welcome to Kyoto in summer. Have a wonderful journey with your favorite Starbucks drink. A lot of the drinks and food stores in the station are designed specifically for you to have it on the train.
It's here, I see it. We're ready. And it looks so cool. This is our train. It's officially arrived on the platform.
And you can see it's a sightseeing limited express.
That means that it's more of a rare train. It's not like a very common local train or like a Shinkansen. On this train, it will only take us about 35 minutes to get to Nara, which is super cool.
And it only takes 35 minutes because there are no stops. This train is only between Nara and Kyoto, so no transfers, no stops along the way, and it's got these giant panoramic windows, and in fact there's a table here.
We're gonna have massive panoramic views, we're gonna have luxury seats, and there's only 84 people on this train, so it's gonna be way less crowded.
Because there's only 84 seats, you have to be quick to book this train. So we had to book way in advance, and there's different seating arrangements which we're going to show you when we get on the train. You can actually see there's people around the train taking photos of it. They're not even getting on this train, they're just taking a photo because it's so unique and so special, and it's got all these beautiful designs on the outside as well.
It's so pretty. It's like this beautiful deep purple color mixed with a little bit of gold.
It's got the beautiful designs of all the flowers, and everyone's waiting to get on the train, which we leave in a couple of minutes. This is what sets Japan apart from everywhere else, that they've got these quirky little things like this.
Here we go. It's super cool.
This is the limited express, Aoniyoshi, bound for Nara.
Okay, so we've just sat down in our seats. We found our spot, which is 3A and 3B. Please have a look at these gorgeous seats. They are vibrant green. They're massive. It looks like I'm sitting on a throne. It's super like curved in and very comfy. There's not many seats in this cart, which is pretty cool. So you've got lots of space. We've got a tray table in front of us, lamp for the vibes, purely for the vibes. And look at our massive panoramic window. We are gonna have some of the most amazing views, and I just cannot wait for it to get started. We've got 1 minute until we leave. Also, we've got cool curtains. They're like maroon vibe. This train's also carpeted. Plus we've got some really cool like lights that look like they're in the shape of a flower. So it really creates this like cozy, dark wooden tone atmosphere.
And I've just seen the intricate patterns on the inside where the overhead storage is. Also all the flowers.
And even this, which looks like the symbol of the train, 10:55. We've left on the dot. Bye Kyoto. This is so cool. And unfortunately, we've only got 35 minutes on this train. Soak it all in.
Please refrain from smoking on the train.
欢迎大家乘坐近铁。
Let me give you a layout of the train as we're sitting back already having coffee, enjoying our ride. From first glance you can see all the beautiful houses of Kyoto as we leave. So each car is a little bit different. So this one specifically is only for like 2 people or pairs of people. So as Chev and I are sitting across from each other, the people on this side of the train are facing inwards, and they also have a table. Really unique and interesting design. So in this whole space there's only 4 people. We're in a normal local train. Everyone's on top of each other, holding handrails. And these chairs feel like they're wrapped around us like a cocoon. And then obviously nice desk in front of us and a lot of space between the 2 seats. And then we've got a octopus looking lamp on the side. I think this is just here to create some more vibes, and I love it. And then you can see how these seats are facing each other. Up here there's actually some overhead storage. If you've got some luggage, we've got the same on this side. And then it's got this dark wooden tone with some mood lights running all the way down the center of the train. And as Chev said, it's all carpeted, which is really unique for a train. Most trains would never be carpeted.
look as we're going past this train station. So we're not stopping all the way along. But this panoramic window is so much bigger than any other train we've been on. When you take the Shinkansen, you've got a tiny little window. Pretty much feels like it's completely open air.
It just feels like a more intimate, like luxury experience. It doesn't feel like you're just commuting from place to place. It's an actual train experience, which is really cool. And previously we took the Hayabusa, which is the fastest Shinkansen. Then we took a normal Shinkansen to Kyoto, and now we're taking a super unique scenic train. We love trains.
If you're in Japan, you gotta love trains.
You got it. So we're actually in between carts right now because we're curious. We want to see what the layout of the train is like. We've got a huge window over here, just in case you're waiting for the bathroom and you still want to have some amazing views. And then, what is this? Is this a bathroom? Click to open. Ooh, oh my word. It's a whole massive bathroom with a changing station, toilet. There's 2 basins.
And I see the basin's low and obviously all the space. It's a disability bathroom as well.
It's so spacious. Look, this is massive for a train bathroom. I can't even touch the walls. When we were in the Shinkansen, I could barely like move in there. But here, very cool.
So I just read that they refurbished this train from like a 1960s, 1970s train. So it used to be really old, and that's why it's now got all of these designs as they've changed, refurbished and redesigned it. Another thing that's interesting besides this giant bathroom is it's also a high-tech bathroom. If you've been to Japan, you'll know that the toilets and the bathrooms also have a lot of technology. Even on a train, you have the toilet that has the bidet and it has all of these different systems, buttons and controls. Normally a train bathroom is really the bare minimum and often it's not really well taken care of. But here in Japan, even the bathrooms are high tech. Okay, let's go see the other cars. So this one has it's like a big area. It's actually crazy to have so much space on a train.
I think this is also for disability. If you've got a wheelchair, then you can sit here.
So here you can see what the layout is. So this is a replica of what Chev and I have. 2 on this side. These 2 are facing each other. Since there's no people here, I can show you. They're actually facing inwards. Very cool design. And this is the views.
I don't think we can go in there.
Okay. We're still going. Making our way through.
Look how creepy that looks.
Oh, this car's very busy. This has got to be food.
You think so? It's gotta be. Let's go check it out. Oh, look. There's a free souvenir, which is like a little postcard. We're definitely going to take this for a memory. This is where you can order some food, drinks, snacks, anything that you feel like. Even though it's only a 35-minute train ride, you'll never have a shortage of cute little snacks.
And I see in the back there's souvenirs and memorabilia specifically of this train.
And we got a free one. This is so cool. Now, these are the more private carts where there's actually a huge table and then 2 seats on either side, so a 4-person cart, which is pretty cool.
I think they call this the saloon section.
The saloon car.
Again, this is carpeted, but this is a green carpet in this area.
They even have this like cool, like golden looking arch in the hallway, plus this like gold little glass just for privacy. Plus there's a huge panoramic window on this side. Look how cool this is, so spacious.
I see there's no one sitting here. This is what it looks like. So they've got big luggage storage at the back, their own private luggage, and then carpeted on the floor with big couch type chairs, like all leather, cushiony and soft, with a huge table in the middle. And the seats are quite low down. So this is really cool if you've got 3 or 4 of you. And look how big their window is. Okay, here we go. We're exploring the whole train.
Look at this little basin. It's even decorated with some flowers on it. I think we're definitely sensing a theme here. Like super cute, super flowery and pretty. It's a very pretty train. And then these just look like more of the same.
Okay, so this one's similar to ours. Yes. Okay, we've done a whole lap of the train.
So cool. Now we gotta get back.
This feels like walking into a fancy lounge. Like everyone's got their private booth, it's barriered off, carpeted. It even smells good in here. On the walls of each car is a different design, unique, and obviously it's all the flowers, which is very significant in this area of Japan.
Look at all the fields, the green field. Wow, it's super beautiful. Wow, I get why they call it the scenic train.
So we've got lots of rice fields, and then we've got the mountains in the background, and this time of year it is so green and luscious.
So this train is called the Aoniyoshi train, and in Japanese Aoni means blue and Yoshi means good luck or fortune. So basically this train name could be interpreted as good fortune in blue, which I think is very cool because we definitely feel very fortunate and very lucky to be on this train.
Okay, back to our seats. So now that we've come back to our seat, I think it's time to do what you're supposed to do on this train, which is just sit back, relax in like our giant green throne and take in the views, take in this beautiful region of Japan.
We made it! In 35 minutes, we're here.
That was very quick.
So quick, too quick.
Now that everybody's got off, I can show you what the train seats look like. This is very cool. Look how these are facing inwards. Also the blue octopus Lumo light. Look how beautiful this train is.
I got the design. And we made it! Look how cool the front of the train is. Come, have a look. This is the train that we were just on. Isn't it so cool? We've had the most unbelievable experience, and it was 35 minutes, so it was so short.
So short. And to give you a direct comparison of this one versus this one, this is a normal commuter train. Not colorful and pretty like this one is. All purple and all the flowers. And then you can see, obviously, in a normal commuter train, just a basic bench with some handrails to hold on, where obviously ours had the beautiful green seats on the inside. I feel, what did you say? Grateful.
Good fortune in blue. The Aoniyoshi.
In the purple train.
In the purple, not blue train. But I'm wearing blue, so it's technically
So am I. There we go.
Fortunate.
Fortunate in blue.
Aoni, blue.
As you can see, everyone has left from this train as well as our train because we're the only ones just standing and marveling. I think when you go on these unique trains here in Japan, you need to soak up every second. So by unique train, I think it's now going all the way back to Kyoto, and this train only goes 4 times a day, and there's only 84 people on per time. So not many people get to experience this.
I'm so grateful that we actually could book this train. I think it's because we're not in peak season.
Yes.
So again, very lucky. Very yoshi.
Very yoshi. Is that the correct way to say that?
So we've now just exited the train station. We have gotten our umbrella out because it is so hot. We are making our way to Nara Park on foot. You could take the bus there, but we decided, hey, we want to see Nara as much as possible, but it is boiling. It is a sweltering day today. Thankfully, we have an umbrella and we put our sunblock on today. We're gonna make our way to the park now to see the deers. I'm super excited to see those cute little guys. And apparently they bow if you give them a little cracker or a treat. And I think the deers are only from this region, and apparently they've been here for like over 1,000 years or something crazy like that. Oh my God, there's one right here. How is that possible? We've just walked for 4 minutes. Oh my gosh. Hi, little guy.
So as we're walking, this is obviously the main street. We haven't even got to the park yet, but we can see the deers are all along the road and people are just hanging out with them. Look at this.
It's Bambi. Bambi's father. He's kind of scary, to be fair.
Wow.
Oh, he bowed. He's so well-mannered.
He must be Japanese.
He must be Japanese. He's so well-mannered. He just greeted everyone walking by. He's cute. He's a very chill guy. Oh, he's sweet. Oh my goodness. Hello. Hello, sir. It is nice to meet you. He's very soft.
I love the color scheme as well. I love the little white dots, and everyone is absolutely fascinated by him. So as you can see, they're all along the street. Here's one on this side.
Do you think one would just come to me? I'm nice. Come and greet me. Hello.
Say hello.
Hi. Are you available for questioning? Sir? He's a bit preoccupied. Ah, excuse me.
If you don't have crackers, they want nothing
Hello.
to do with you.
Hi. Are you available to pet? Oh, they're actually quite strong antlers.
Yeah, those are unreal antlers.
Yeah, they're actually quite
Unbelievable.
hectic.
And they're actually like detailed
He's very
and
cool
colored.
though. Am I the
This is
Bambi
unreal.
whisperer? What is going on?
I have to mention, we haven't made it to the
We're
park
not
yet.
even in the park yet.
And they are scattered throughout this
He's gonna
entire
cross
road.
over.
Oh.
Ooh.
I
Why
can't believe
not?
how high your antlers are.
He's having a whiz. Are you following? This guy's having a whiz break.
I did not expect to see so many
Whoa,
so quickly.
I did not expect that either. Should I walk through?
Even though there's so many, we still want to get to the park. Wow.
Actually really cute.
They're so soft.
They are super soft. I think they can sense that we don't have any crackers, so
They just know.
they kind of just know.
But they're like, have you got any in your pocket?
No.
Unfortunately, no, sorry.
I'm sorry, sir.
Oh, thanks for
you
bowing.
bowed. You are so well mannered. You are really, really well mannered. Do you bow? Oh, you bowed. You're very sweet. I think they are extremely motivated by snacks.
Whoa. Shame this lady's being bombarded. She had to run away. This is so entertaining.
Honestly, it's actually better to not have any crackers because you don't become a target. But we're watching everyone else become a target, and they're like so kind to us. They're just like leaving us alone, but we're still like petting them. This is what I mean.
I really love the spots, and they've got that perfect black line down their back. Sorry, I'm talking about you. Perfect black line down the back. None of the deers that we have in South Africa look anything like these.
Absolutely not. They look more like Bambis.
Well,
What do you
we've
call this
got
other one?
many different types of deer, but that we call them a buck actually.
buck.
And we have like
Hello,
springbuck, blesbok, gemsbok. So we
Gemsbok?
have.
Definitely not a Gemsbok.
They're definitely not tame like
And they're
these
not
are.
as chill as this because in Africa we call springbuck like fast food because that's everybody's favorite. The lion's favorite, the leopard's favorite, the cheetah's favorite. So here they've got absolutely no worries, no predators, and they're just like free to roam around. But in Africa, you better watch your back, Bambi.
It's actually a very unique experience to be able to come so close with animals like this that have horns and antlers like this, because as we said in South Africa where we're from, you cannot get near any of the animals and they're not tame at all. So you would not go near any sort of deer or buck that has antlers because they would be way more aggressive and much bigger. Some of them are much bigger than we are, and yet these are just roaming the streets. They're timid, they're calm, and they're completely tame.
Like, I am so surprised that they're not roaming all over the streets. They're kind of in the area where they're supposed to be. They're not like everywhere.
That's a good point. This is the main street. You can see there's cars stopped there at the traffic light.
But look
But
over
they
here.
will not cross into the street. How do they know?
How do they? Hello, sir.
Here are the deers. Hello. And all the cars are right here. This is the main street, and they are just completely roaming. There is no barrier, no fence, gate, anything. And I think this is now the entrance of the park.
They're extremely cool and fun and sweet and chill, especially if you're not a target and you've got snacks in your hand. And he's breathing in my ear. You know what surprises me the most? That we can actually tell that people have never been to Africa because we're from Africa and they're petrified of these cute little Bambis.
Well, I think it just shows that people have never seen any animal. I think if you grow up in big cities around the world, there's obviously no animals in sight. So we're a lot calmer. People are absolutely petrified.
They are.
If one even just comes near them.
Yeah, they freak out.
And yet they're these timid little tame cute
I mean, they're
deers.
cute little deers. This is actually the situation at the cracker counter. They are so clever. They know where the cracker counter is and the moment somebody purchases some, they go and attack that person.
She's actually got the crackers caged just so that the deers don't come and get them. And then she's got crates of hundreds, if not thousands of crackers. Literally, as someone buys one, the deers then just follow them wherever they walk off to. And they actually go for like your pocket and your shirt, trying to get them. And for interest's sake, it says here, deer's cookie, 200 yen. And then you get this little pack. I'm not sure, maybe there's about 10 crackers in there. The crackers have to be caged off. That's hilarious. And you guys are all waiting, sorry. They're like, oh, but you just came from the cracker stand.
I think I may know a strategy. People buy the crackers and then they immediately put them in their backpack and close it up. So I think maybe we should do that.
That's a good idea.
How am I going to do
Chev
this?
is ready, but the deers are behind her also ready.
Oh no. One, sorry. Thank you.
So just be careful. Okay, they're going straight in the bag.
Okay, straight in the bag. Nobody has noticed. We have gone undercover.
No one knows. Shh, don't tell the deers. We haven't bought any, look.
Oh, look. Oh, I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
we don't have any. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. We're going to find a nice, chill,
Little
quiet
area,
zone.
and then we're going to whip them out. And let's see what happens. We're going to locate a single deer.
Like a very calm looking one.
Like a very chill guy.
As I said, they were all very tame and relaxed, but after a few minutes I've realized they do get a little bit aggressive if you've got that little pack of crackers and they know you've got a lot.
They're very clever.
What about you two little guys?
Yeah, you guys look fantastic.
Okay, what about you guys? Are you calm? We'll bow and then we will give you some crackers. What do you think?
What do you think about that?
What do you think about
Do you
that?
think that's a great idea? Okay, I got scared. Bow. Bow first. Bow. I got scared. Okay, first attempt was not great.
I've now acquired a snack. First we bow. Bow. Oh, we're going to do half at a time. Whoa, whoa. Tasty?
Yes! Great success. What do you think?
Yes!
Well-mannered gets a treat. That's how we should live life. If you're well-mannered, you get snacks.
Okay, if you're coming to Nara, we have now learnt a secret. Don't have all of them in your hand, because as you can see, they come immediately. But if you just do one at a time, then you get to have a really good experience one-on-one with a deer.
We should give them names.
This is Na and this is Ra. I've just seen this male sit here by the tree, so I thought I'd show you what the deers look like. You can see the detail on the antlers, and actually the shape of them as well is unreal. So there's these little spikes that almost come out the sides, and all of the spots as well are kind of in a line. They are really beautiful animals, and to have them just here in the park, and a very unique experience that you can only do here in Japan, where you can roam freely with these wild animals. They're beautiful and they're really cute as well.
Ooh, that guy must have some bickies. There's a mom and baby. There they go. Oh, this one's so cute.
No, it tickles.
Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh.
It tickles so much.
Who knew that coming to a deer park and feeding some deers required some strategy? It's pretty much like being a frequent flyer. When you're at the airport, don't go to the first bathroom as soon as you land. Go to the one just by the exit. So now we're going to maybe the second park where there's more grass and more of the chill deers, because the ones that are at the entrance are really motivated by treats, and these ones look a lot more chill, and everyone else who has made it this far, as in humans, also look very chill.
Thanks for bowing.
Oh, he's bowing like crazy. Give him a cracker. That was the best thing I've ever filmed in my entire life.
There's in fact a little covering area here where you can just chill and relax, and they're spraying some cold water, kind of like some steam over you just to keep you cool. But all the deers are joining in, and if you look in here, Chev is having a little break with the deers. they're all just relaxing under the covering. How awesome is that? So they're not caged or in one specific area. They're completely roaming just as we would. They're all under here and there's a tree, so they're all huddling under there because right now it's midday and it's about 35, 36 degrees Celsius. It's boiling hot, so they're all finding refuge under the trees and trying to find some shade. He is being harassed by the children.
Oh no.
If you come to the park, do not harass the deers.
And if you're a parent, please advise your children not to harass the animals. Thank you very much.
So since it's so hot, we've decided to feed the deers a little bit of water.
Would you like some water?
Are you thirsty? So hot for them. Some water? Kind of want to give them all water,
Yeah.
but they don't seem to have any water anywhere.
Hey, thirsty guy. Was that nice? Was that nice?
Can we do a zoo?
Yeah. All of us together.
Okay.
In a line, in a line.
We made some friends.
Yeah, you got to introduce all your friends. Who are your friends?
Peter Tao.
Peter Tao,
Carrie.
Terry,
Jackie Nee.
Jackie Nee,
I'm 81.
81. Okay, and that's Chev and Dev. They love Ronaldo. Okay, are you ready?
On 3.
Are you gonna count us down?
Okay, 1, 2, 3. That was really good. We've made some really great friends here today at the park from Hong Kong. Yes.
Some of Hong Kong, some of Guangdong.
Wow.
Guangzhou?
Yes. Yeah, we've been there.
And now I am studying in Shanghai.
Oh, really?
What are you studying?
Something like electricity.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Electricity engineering.
That's amazing. So you're very clever.
Very clever. Thank you so much.
In the middle of the road.
You're in the middle of the road, guys. And it's red. Oh no, now it's green. Cross, cross, cross. Cross, guys.
Okay, no, I really don't have it. We are officially out of crackers. And I'm full of drool. But worth it.
After feeding our final cracker to the deers, we've taken a small walk into the little town of Nara, and we're on a really busy touristy street, and this is where everything happens.
And there's a store that I've seen called Naka Tanido, which is like a well-known wagashi, which is a traditional Japanese sweet shop. And we are going to find the famous mochi. And mochi is actually rice cakes that's filled with like a sweet red bean paste. And you're probably asking what's the big deal about it? Well, they actually do a live mochi making session. The people who make the mochi actually pound the rice cakes into the mochi, and it is a whole experience. They shout. They have a certain rhythmic coordination. Plus, try some delicious mochi.
This is what it's like in Nara. Incredibly quiet and lots of people around, very touristy. And there's all of these kind of streets that go up with lots of different stores selling Japanese food, lots of dessert and snack shops as well. Unfortunately, it is boiling hot, so you want to go and see everything, but you're limited by the heat.
It's so easy to spot this mochi shop because there are a ton of people who are lined up waiting to try the famous mochi. So easy to identify, it's right there. I'm so excited to try it. Here it is, and they've got so many pictures up there of everyone posing with the famous mochi making man. It's not a very modern shop, it's a very like no frills interior. Everything is like super basic, and I think they love that. Everything is like additive free, all naturally made. So I'm really excited to try it. It looks very cool. Have fun. Thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you. So I've got my hands on the famous mochi. It is steaming hot. It is super hot in my hand right now. I can't actually explain it to you, like it's come just out of the oven. And I think it's got some roasted smells like roasted peanuts on top. It's actually got an ingredient called mugwort in it. And then on the inside is red bean paste. It smells absolutely divine. I'm gonna give it a bite. It's dusty. It's tasty though. It is super like elastically chewy, but it's got like a really sweet filling on the inside. Plus the peanut dust. I'm not actually sure if it is peanut dust, but it smells like peanuts. And it is very, very yummy, very chewy. I mean, as you can see, I can stretch it. I'm now gonna try some of the red bean filling. It's very chewy. I think what's amazing is how this is made so uniquely. To have the final product makes it even more special because you know the amount of dedication, time, screaming effort it took to make this little mochi. So I'm very happy about it. Okay, after our mochi, it was certainly not enough, so we actually found a ramen place that we're gonna go and try now because we're so hungry. We love ramen, so let's give this place a try. It's called Kamakura Soup with Noodles. Pretty cool. You want a table? Here is okay. Thank you. So we actually get to witness them making the noodles as well. So she just gave us some water and then she told us to order on the iPad. Very convenient.
The restaurant layouts in a lot of the restaurants are really unique. So here they've got a long table and we're pretty much facing the chefs as they're serving, cooking and preparing our meals.
Can I just point out how big these ramen noodle bowls are? And then all the noodles are over there being steamed. We've got some veggies. We have got an entire workstation here. It looks absolutely immense.
And in front of each person is obviously your set of chopsticks, and then you've got condiments in front as well. So we've got some soy sauce and vinegar. We've actually got a little chives and veggie mix as well. Then there is a big jug of ice water because it's so hot. And look at this setup.
So I think we're gonna get the Aoniyoshi ramen, and I think I might add some kimchi in as well because we love kimchi. And you can just scroll through this menu. You can pick what you want. 1.5 servings, 1 cup of soup, or an extra large serving, 2 servings of noodles.
What I like about this is you can just keep ordering. You don't have to wait for the waiters to come to you, and you can order it exactly as you like. And that way you never have an order that has a mistake in it because there's been a communication error.
Okay, this is probably the largest bowl of noodles I've ever had in my entire life. I'm just gonna lift it up to show you. I could bathe in this, it is so big. But we went for the Aoniyoshi ramen, which basically has got some pork ends, noodles, a very generous amount of broth and cabbage. Plus we added some extra kimchi on top just for a little bit of extra flavor. They've even given us a giant ladle for the soup, and it is boiling hot. Can we just talk about the size of this bowl? So first things first is I gotta try the broth. Even though it is piping hot, I'm gonna go for it. Oh, it is super salty and quite a thin, watery soup, but it is very, very tasty and easy to get down. It's not a very thick, creamy soup. It's got a very strong like cabbage taste, and I can taste that this is definitely a pork bone broth, but it is absolutely fantastic. And even though it's so hot outside, when you're having a extremely hot bowl of ramen, it actually feels like it cools you down, which kind of doesn't make any sense, but I really feel cool while eating this. And now I gotta try the noodles. This is quite different to the miso ramen that we had in Tokyo. The noodles look a little bit thinner and a little bit more wavy. Let's give it a taste. That is so yummy. It is so hot, but I think that is the only way you can eat it. I'm gonna have to try a little bit of this cabbage. Still crunchy. Gotta try a bit of kimchi. That's where the flavor is. I think I'm gonna mix that all in because I want more of that kimchi taste. Absolutely spectacular.
Okay, so this is how we pay. We get our receipt, and at the bottom there's a little QR code. So it says we've got to scan the QR code over here. And here is our itemized bill. We got extra kimchi, ramen. So we check to see if everything's all cool. It's 1,940 yen. You can pay by cash, QR code, or credit card. How should we pay?
Credit card.
Let's do credit card. Easy peasy.
Statement complete. OCD and delicious. Good morning from the Shin Osaka station here in Osaka, and I'm really excited for the train we're about to take, and we've already got our ticket, so we're going to head up to the platform now. We're taking the Kodama 849 Shinkansen today, which goes from here in Osaka to Hakata, which is in Fukuoka. We're only going to do about 2.5 hours of that, which is from here in Osaka to Hiroshima, because of course Hiroshima has a harrowing story, and in fact at the time of filming this, today is August 6th, which is in fact the day that Hiroshima was bombed all those years ago. So I think that makes it extra special. We didn't plan it like that, so I've just seen on the board we're at platform 20, so let's go and find our train. We've just made it onto the platform, and this is where our train's going to come. It's not here yet, so this is the train just before ours. And we've actually got about 15 minutes before our train leaves. It is boiling hot here in Japan, so I cannot wait to get on a nice air-conditioned train as well. Good morning, baby girl. Are you ready?
Good morning. Today is going to be the best day ever because my personal train is arriving. The Hello Kitty train.
Oh really? Your personal train?
It is my personal train. It's coming to pick me up. This is going to be just so perfect. I just can't wait. And it's going to be pink and super cute and super me.
So as you can see, this train on the same platform isn't themed, and the Kodama 849 is the only train that is Hello Kitty themed. You can go to Hiroshima or make your way to Hakata on many trains throughout the day, but this is the only one that's themed in this beautiful pink color, and we're going to see it arrive in a few minutes. Okay, this train's about to leave. The gates are closing, the doors are already closed, and I think it's going to head in that direction. Okay, I was completely mistaken. It's actually going in this direction. When you've been on so many trains here in Japan, you actually lose count of which direction you're going. But of course, this train is going west right now, so that's why it's heading that way. And look at the speed, while it's still by the platform, is absolutely staggering. So I'm sure our train's going to arrive any minute in the same direction. But first things first, since it's hot, we need to get a drink from the vending machine, and there's in fact a few along here. So I'm not sure what to get. There's like a grape Fanta, there's obviously a Coke, there's some iced coffees, but I think I'm going to get this, which is the Pocari Sweat, and I think that's Japan's like electrolyte energy drink, Japan's version of a Gatorade. Let me know if that's true, but apparently it's good for when it's really hot. So I'm gonna get one of those. I see it's 180 yen, so I'm gonna put my cash in here, or you can just scan your card, but I'm gonna put my cash in here and then just select it. And just like that. And the best part is it's ice cold. All the vending machines, the drinks are ice cold. And apparently some drinks you can actually get and they're hot, which is amazing. Here it comes. Look at that. There we go. Our train has arrived, and it is so pink. Even the top of it is pink. We're going to tell you a little bit more about why it's pink and why this train actually exists. And I've just seen these staff members are also dressed in pink, which no other Shinkansen has. So they're about to open the doors so we can get on, and Chev is actually standing in the line because this train is very unique. Only the first 2 cars are Hello Kitty themed. We got a reserved seat, so we're actually putting cart 4, which is just a normal Shinkansen seat, so it's not themed at all. But the second car is for non-reserved, so anybody can just go on. It's like a first come, first serve. So Chev is standing in the line right now, so she can reserve us a seat in the Hello Kitty themed area. So if you're ever wanting to take this train, make note of that. Only the first 2 cars are themed. So as I make my way to the front, obviously you can see it's all pink along the side, and the top is pink as well. But this is the Hello Kitty bow. So it's actually the pink bow that wraps around the train. I just thought it was a pink train, but it's in fact wrapped in that significant Hello Kitty bow. Really unique. And here it actually says Hello Kitty Shinkansen, and we're on the JR West line, as I said, and there is the pink bow. And in fact, this Hello Kitty is in a train conductor uniform. So she's dressed in Shinkansen attire. I like that, good attention to detail. But look at the front of this Shinkansen. That's what the standard Shinkansen normally looks like. This is maybe a Nozomi line. Let me know if that's true, which is in the standard white color. But this is a beautiful white and pink, and there's little elements of gold as well. Only in Japan they would do something like this.
Okay, so we have actually got a seat in the Hello Kitty themed cart, which is cart number 2. And look at our seats. Look at the floor. Look on the side. We are officially in Hello Kitty heaven. Okay, so the train is officially moving, so let me give you a quick rundown of what cart number 1 actually looks like. We've got a giant Hello Kitty in her train conductor uniform, which is super cute, super adorable, and this entire space is just Hello Kitty. So there's no seats here, there's no windows, plus you've got a whole map here of where this Hello Kitty train actually stops, and she's in her little designated outfit depending on which stop she's at. Plus she's holding something that is significant to that prefecture. So I can see she's got a dessert, some bread, and even some takoyaki in Osaka. Even on this side, all the luggage rails are Hello Kitty themed. The entire floor is Hello Kitty themed, which is so cute. Every single thing is just perfectly Hello Kitty themed. And just like that, we're off on our train journey to Hiroshima. So let me give you a quick rundown of why this train is so special. Number 1, have you seen her? She is absolutely gorgeous, cute and glamorous as she would be. This is not just an ordinary train. It is still a Shinkansen, which means it is a high-speed bullet train. And the pointy nose at the front, when we saw that front, we were like, whoa, that is a dynamic nose. She is covered in bright pink and little bits of gold and white, and it just makes this train so outstanding. Plus we will be going to Hiroshima in about 2 hours, just over 2 hours. What makes it special is not every cart is decorated with Hello Kitty themes. It's only cart number 2 where you get to sit on these cute, glamorous little Hello Kitty themed seats. Even over here, you can see Hello Kitty Shinkansen with her cute little bow. And this is the only cart where the seats are decorated with purple, the pink floor, and you can see her bows and her decorations everywhere in this cart. We're actually sitting in cart 2, which is known as the Kawaii room, which is also called the cute room. And our seats are very cute and decorated in this gorgeous purple color. And then we've got like a little bit of a headrest, very comfy. Then we've got a tray table over here with some space in front of us where we can keep our backpacks. Plus we've got an overhead compartment where we're keeping our bigger luggage. We've got a nice window for panoramic views, plus a cute little shade with a Hello Kitty on. And in cart number 1, which I'm about to show you now, is where you can actually go to her museum. So there's tons of stuff there that I'm going to show you right now.
Now we're heading into cart number 1.
Oh my gosh, look at this place. There is a whole snack souvenir shop over here, and it's pretty much a Hello Kitty museum.
And in fact, there are no seats anywhere in the first cart.
There is even a Hello Kitty dedicated gadgetable machine. Plus they've got all sorts of souvenirs and stickers, and everything is so cute and adorable. And even all the train attendants have a cute apron. Konnichiwa. So basically, this is not a seating cart or a viewing cart. It's actually just a Hello Kitty merchandise heaven. So you can't actually sit here, but you can walk through. You can see all the Hello Kitty decorations, which are all over the ceiling, on the floor, on the walls. And then they've even got a little viewing deck where you can actually view the outside. So you can literally just sit here and watch life go by on the train. Look at this Hello Kitty board. You've got a Hello Kitty emblem over here with Hello Kitty Shinkansen, plus a little plushie to take photos with. This is the best day ever. Can you tell I'm having the best time? This place is so cool. You've even got her signature bows all around. You've even got little cards where you can take little pictures. A little bow. The best part is you can pose with Hello Kitty in her train conductor outfit. How cute is this? I love that they've got seats with a viewing deck. Even though you can't reserve the seat, you can also have your turn to come and look outside, enjoy the view, plus take in all the Hello Kitty goodness. So you can buy plushies, you can buy little pens, and you can buy notebooks, you can even buy little plushies as well. And over here, you can even get a water bottle that is in the shape of a Shinkansen, the Hello Kitty Shinkansen. So cute.
This actually gives you a good representation of what the train looks like. So as I said, there was the bow on the side, and then the pink is all the way lining the top. And you can have a water bottle as a souvenir.
As a memento. This is in the train, by the way. We're still in the train. You can still see this whole postcard of all the Hello Kitties in each place that the Hello Kitty train stops at. So we were over here, and now we're going to
Hiroshima's down here.
Hiroshima, down here. And they're eating an okonomiyaki. I think Hiroshima is known for okonomiyaki,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
Even though this train is all about being cute and pink and colorful and themed, it's also really significant of all the different prefectures, and it's celebrating those prefectures that we're visiting. Can you believe, by the way, we're going about 300 kilometers an hour?
I know, it really doesn't feel like it. It feels like we're just standing still and we're in a museum. That's what it feels like. Plus, this is the cutest, in fact, the most kawaii train I've ever been on. It means cute in Japanese. This is by far one of the coolest and most special trains we have ever taken. We've taken the Hayabusa train, we've taken the Nozomi. This is so special that we get to visit Japan while going on these quirky, amazing, fun trains. This is by far the most special one. I love Hello Kitty, and I think everybody who's taking this train also loves Hello Kitty. They've gone through such a special effort to make it so glitz glam, perfectly feline, Miss Hello Kitty. Like, we just love everything that she embodies. So this is like Japan in a nutshell. Cute and fun. We're also on a high-speed train, which I keep forgetting, and going 300 kilometers an hour. So cute. Okay. Sorry.
So at the moment, no one's here, so we're able to have a bit of space, and you can really see what the bench looks like, as well as the countertop, which does have a charging port here, I see. If you wanted to sit on the Hello Kitty train and do some work, why not?
Plus, they also have Wi-Fi on board, so if you want to post all your pictures to Instagram, you can.
The cart is emptied out a little bit, and you can just see the detail from the floor, the walls, and this is all merchandise over here.
Let me just not forget that we're getting to see the most glorious views of Japan. Because it is summertime now, everything is lush and green. This is so cool. I mean, if you're a train lover, you've got to try this at least once in your lifetime. We also booked this ticket on Klook, which we have booked every single activity that we've done here in Japan. Super easy. We just scanned a QR code through the gate. We had no problem, no physical tickets, nothing like that.
Also, we'll put a little link to this train in the description below, and if you use our link, you get a little discount as well.
This is the most manly man in the cutest train I've ever seen. I think all the merchandise is completely sold out. Dev's chilling with Hello Kitty.
We're just hanging out, just me and Kitty.
Just me and Kitty.
Me and Kitty looking out. We're currently at one of the stations that we're stopping at, and we're about 45 minutes into our journey. Thoroughly enjoying. I just really appreciate the attention to detail. They've gone so overboard to make every little detail. Are you alright? To make every little detail perfect. So while we're watching the beautiful scenery go by, we're stopping a lot, and this train specifically, the Hayabusa Shinkansen, is in fact the slowest Shinkansen. because it stops at every single stop. So if you're wanting to go to the smaller cities, or if you're wanting to have a longer journey that's more scenic, then you will normally take the Kadama train. So it's a slower train, but I think that's perfect for a Hello Kitty train because you're not on here to go quickly, just enjoy it.
Okay, so as always, whenever we're in a high-speed train, I always give you a bathroom tour, as I have been doing here in Japan. So this is the Hello Kitty bathroom tour, done by yours truly. So we have got sink, soap, mirror, very cool. Then we have got the toilet, and there's even little hints of Hello Kitty. There's her bow, and it says keep clean in pink, and then there's a little mouse on a ribbon. So cute. We've got a little trash can, we've got the flush sensor, pretty small. I mean, it's not too bad. We've still got a lot of space in here, but otherwise it's very clean, smells great. And that is your bathroom tour, quick and easy.
So as we mentioned, only card 1 and 2 are themed. So I went to go and look at the 3rd and 4th car, and they do have the same purple colored seats, but there is no pink theming throughout. On the walls, on the floor, absolutely nothing. So if you want to take this train in the future, make sure to get a seat in car 2. Even though this train is themed and all colorful, it's still in true Japanese style, perfectly on time, perfectly clean, and the technology is out of this world. Of course, we do understand that there is a massive contrast between taking this train that's so fun and friendly and cute versus going to Hiroshima, which obviously has a very true and real past. Have a train where you can walk around and explore is really unique. Normally a Shinkansen, you just sit in your seat and wait until it's over. Here you have the opportunity to do some shopping for souvenirs or take pictures and interact with different things around the train. So we've got about 7 minutes until our train arrives, and only stops for 2 minutes. So we're going to have to be really quick, and then we are in Hiroshima.
There you go, there's our train. It's going to be onto its next stop any minute. What an experience to say that we went on this beautiful pink train. Just like that, only 2 minutes it took, and now it's already on its way.
Okay, so we've just checked into our room here in Hiroshima, and I have to actually just give you a room tour because I did not expect a room to look like this. Let me just give you a quick look of what it looks like. First of all, we've got a massive TV with a little front section over here. We've even got a coffee maker, a little Nespresso machine. This is our large comfy bed. We've got the massive comfy robes, which are super cool. And then we've got a little relaxing area. We've even got a desk and a nice chair. But look at the view we have of Hiroshima. We are about a 1-minute walk away from the train station where we just left our Hello Kitty train, and this here is what Hiroshima looks like. Did you expect Hiroshima to look like this? Because I certainly didn't, and I am very, very happy that we have come here finally just to really get a real feel of what it looks like. This is absolutely spectacular. We're going to have a small rest for about 10 minutes and then we're going to head out. But here is where we will be staying. So let's go see Hiroshima.
After a few minutes in the hotel room, we've now come to the center of town.
We made it. So you see this really cool streetcar behind us? This is what we actually took from our hotel to get to the dome and the atomic bomb site, there was a flat fee of 240 yen per person, and it's pretty much like a tram, or like they call it a streetcar, and super convenient. Today is the 6th of August, and on the 6th of August in 1945, that's when the atomic bomb hit Hiroshima. To this day, exactly 80 years ago. And I don't know how we timed that to come and visit here on that day. That wasn't on purpose.
In the center of Hiroshima, they actually have different sites to remember what happened in 1945. So that's why we've come here.
I can actually see the site right now, right behind you. So let's go have a look.
From my knowledge, this is called the Atomic Bomb Dome. And from what we've read, this building was in the epicenter as the bomb hit, right on this site. And it's one of the very few buildings, if not the only building, that survived the blast. And they've in fact kept it as is, just to show and remember what happened.
Oh, I think I've been here for a total of 5 seconds and I've already got like a chill down my spine. This is one of the last remaining.
I think it was one of the only remaining buildings.
It's the only one. It's pretty much in its skeleton form right now. But just to think that exactly 80 years ago, something absolutely horrific happened here. And we're just reading all the little stones. Like this was put here by the city of Hiroshima. And it's just like a little guarded fence around just to preserve this area. And you can actually see the fallen bricks still around. There's still like all the remains in there, kind of left untouched. Oh, I actually just feel chills right now. This is pretty much the only remains that we can see from that devastating atomic bomb.
It's really sad to say, but 80 years ago there were people minding their business, having a normal day, when this complete tragic event happened. And I think when your eyes see something like this, it actually shows how devastating it was. As Chef said, it's in its skeleton form, and you can see none of the glass remains. That is all completely shattered. Most of the walls are gone. It's not like they're broken, they're completely gone. There's obviously this main outer wall, which you can see is made with really big bricks, and I assume that's why it's still standing. But all the bricks on the inside, or the walls made with smaller bricks, have disappeared. And the skeleton on top, as Chef said, all the glass fell down. And I'm not sure what this building was before. This just shows the power and the devastation that that bomb caused. It's a little bit of an eerie feeling being here. As you can see around me, there are many people that have come to see this. But it's relatively quiet. No one's really saying anything, and you can actually feel, it's difficult to show you that on camera, but you can feel that something really serious happened here. As we mentioned, today is the 80th anniversary, and I see over here there's a few ladies who are actually playing, I think it's the flute, and I assume they're playing this in remembrance of what happened. A lot of these ladies are elderly, and they might have known someone, maybe it was a family member or friend during that time as well. And I've just read that 140,000 people lost their lives only in Hiroshima. That's besides Nagasaki, where it happened as well, on this day right here.
It's the weirdest feeling because we are honestly surrounded by the most modern buildings. We took one of the most modern trains today, staying in a hotel, everything is normal life, and yet you just know that something terrible has happened here. That's just how you feel. It's like there is a certain sadness in the air, especially because today is the day. I think what people are trying to do is pay their respects, pay their remembrance, and just remember what happened today should never ever happen again. I think what's actually happening here is you can get a little blank piece of paper, and then you can actually draw something or paint a picture for peace. So that's really cool. You can write a little message, or you can draw a picture. It's completely up to you to always be peaceful, or to bring more peace into the world, which I think is quite special. Everybody right now has got crayons, they got a blank piece of paper, they got some paint.
So all around here, there's all different ages of people, not only children, drawing little pictures in remembrance, obviously writing a message. I'm not going to show you what every person's picture and message is, because I'm sure that's quite personal for them. But this is quite special that they've created this little area for everyone to draw. I think it's good to remember what happened here. That's why they've left this atomic bomb site, and it's why they're having a day like today. All the people are writing their messages over there, but I've seen over here what they do is they then fold them up and they put them on a cardboard box. And I've just read a message that they're going to take all of these and they're going to put them on the lake and turn them into lanterns and float them down the river, which is really heartwarming to have all of these messages go out, flow along the river. Obviously the sign is for peace, and I think nothing is more peaceful than a lantern going through the river and sort of letting all these happy messages go. But thousands of people have all written messages, pictures, drawings, there's rainbows, there's pictures of Earths, people have drawn the atomic bomb site, flowers, suns, all different, majority happy messages, and that's really nice to see and really special. What a way to dedicate and remember what happened here. So here is a beautiful river where all the lanterns are going to get set off, and I can see there's even more already put here with their little candles on the inside ready to be set afloat. Also, look how many people have come to the water's edge specifically to remember what happened. And today is a Wednesday and it's mid-afternoon and so many people are here.
It's actually quite crazy how 80 years ago this beautiful river once carried the ashes, the sorrow, all that pain and all those memories. Now it's just a beautiful river that people come to, and it actually just symbolizes a city that's been rebuilt.
You can see them setting up all the lanterns. They're putting them here, they're stacking them up there, and I think that reflects the message and the contrast that we wanted to show you today. We took a very happy, jolly, cute, technologically advanced train this morning, but there's also this side of Japan, and it just shows the rebirth and the development that Japan has had over the last 80 years. To think that this entire area, as this was the epicenter, was completely washed away, to now having high-rise buildings, hotels. It's absolutely beautiful, it's pristine, it's clean. I think that shows the resilience of the Japanese people. So here is the atomic bomb dome, which is the remains of that building. And then here we have a beautiful fountain. But opposite that, on this side, I've just seen one of the most modern and futuristic buildings I think I've ever seen. And that proves the point that we're saying is how far Japan has come. That building is overlooking the atomic bomb dome. In only 80 years to have come so far is staggering.
Just behind me, a couple of people were doing a protest which has just ended. But I've actually seen a lot of people with a lot of signs that say, "No more war, only peace." It's actually mind-boggling that to this day we still have a war when we know how much damage it can do. So hopefully this is a reminder to everybody that we only want peace in this world. We don't want any more war. And I think today is one of those days where we're just going to have to remember that and remember peace above everything.
There is in fact a board of information just outside the sort of buffer zone of the atomic bomb dome, and apparently it's called that because on top of this building, which used to be like an exhibition hall, there was a beautiful green dome which obviously completely vanished when the bomb hit. It also says that the bomb was let go 600 meters above this exact zone. Apparently it exploded before it even hit this dome, and that's why some of the walls and the structure are still in place. And from my knowledge, when an atomic bomb ignites or explodes, it's the same temperature as the sun, and you can actually see on this building there's a lot of burn marks, and that's why most of the buildings around here vanished. But you can see some of the structural work is still intact, and even some of like the metal rods are sticking out of this building. Apparently they were unsure if they should keep this like this. Obviously it creates a lot of really bad and sore memories. And all these buildings in the background you can see are new, they're high-rise, they're all modern. Then you just have this, and I'm glad that they kept it just to remember this. Just beyond the atomic bomb dome are different monuments scattered around this area. So we're going and seeing them. and behind me is one of them. This is actually the Children's Peace Monument, and it's to commemorate all the thousands of children that lost their life during the atomic bomb blast. And you can see all of these glass domes with paper cranes inside, and that's to commemorate an amazing little girl who actually died from leukemia about 10 years after the atomic bomb, and apparently it was from the radiation of the bomb, and she used to make these paper cranes, and that's why they put them here. And apparently she made 1,000 paper cranes in the hopes of recovery, but unfortunately didn't make it. But some of them are actually here, and there are thousands of little paper cranes, and that's kind of a special way to remember that.
Right behind me there is a long line of people, and it's actually amazing because they're actually waiting just to go up to the front of the memorial to pay their respects and to lay some flowers down, to do a little prayer, light some incense. And the Japanese flag is actually at half-mast because obviously it's a very special day, so that makes a lot of sense. The line goes on and on and on. It even goes past around the corner, and it's actually quite amazing because there are some monks that are praying as well, and everybody has come to pay their respects. But what's the most incredible is that everybody is waiting in the line calmly, peacefully. Nobody's shouting, nobody's pushing in line. They all just come to pay their respects, and that's really eye-opening.
As the sun's gone down, thousands of people have now gathered around the site and along the river, and it is just a sight to see how many people 80 years later want to remember and never forget what happened here. And in fact, they've lit all the lanterns that we saw earlier, and they are now flowing down the river beautifully, which I think is such a fitting end to the day. I cannot believe the chances that we came here on the 6th of August on such a special anniversary, and to see it all lit up and to see how far Japan has come. We were able to go into the museum, but of course we couldn't take any pictures and videos. But if you come here, please go and see the museum because it's spectacular and definitely worth it. Some real highs this morning and some real thoughtful lows this afternoon to remember, and I think just be grateful. And if you have any information on what happened here in Hiroshima or what happened in Nagasaki, please just put them in the comments below, because this has been fascinating to learn about as well. I think we're going to bed with some very grateful hearts, and we'll see you in the next video.